completed Economy Plus with up to 5 extra inches of space. One more thing we're doing to make it easier to stay united.
And now for your Franz Blazers trading card lineup. Starting now, look for the official trading cards of all your favorite Blazers players.
Your Portland Trail Blazers!
Each week, find a different Blazer card inside specially marked packages of Franz & Williams Big White Bread, Franz & Williams Cracked Wheat Bread, and specially marked packages of Archway cookies. Collect all 8 cards before they're gone. Cards available while supplies last.
There's nothing like your Northwest McDonald's for a place that gives you a lot for your money. And there's nothing like our 99-cent McRib Jr. sandwich covered in a dusty barbecue sauce with pickles and onions, only for a limited time. And don't forget our big and tasty, our Cajun McChicken, and for breakfast, our sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches, each only 99 cents every day. There's nothing like treating yourself to great food and great values, like our limited-time 99-cent McRib Jr. at everybody's favorite place. Did somebody say McDonald's?
The following is a sports presentation of Blazer Broadcasting and Post Up Productions. This is Rip City TV with Steve Smith, featuring Bill Schonley, Steve Smith, and the rest of the Blazer Broadcasting team.
Good evening, everybody, wherever you may be. I'm Bill Schonley. Welcome to the March edition of Rip City Television. We come to you again tonight right here from the studio store right here on the Rose Quarter Commons, and we have a terrific show in store for you.
And I'm Steve Smith. Tonight, Detlef Shrimp and Joe Klein go back to school. We catch up with Scottie Pippen, and we turn back the clock with a Mikado memory.
All that and much more, my friends, right here on Rip City TV. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Tonight's special presentation of Rip City TV is brought to you by Great Clips, proud sponsors of the Blazers Courtside Kids. By the 41 Portland area Jiffy Lubes. Jiffy Lube, more than an oil change. By Nestle, it's just more fun to munch. By Mercata, www.mercata.com, where prices are always dropping. By Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we make the rooms that make a home. And by Gold's Gym. Join a real gym, Gold's Gym.
Aston Smith cutting down the lane, jammed in with 2 hands.
Nestle wants to send you to a Blazers game and treat you like a VIP while you're there. You'll get 20 tickets to bring all your friends. Plus, you will all be treated to a pregame dinner. And with Nestle, you know there'll be plenty of dessert to go around. To enter, pick up an entry form at Fred Meyer at the Nestle Candy Display for your chance to win the Blazers VIP Night Sweepstakes.
Smith, his three-pointer at the shot clock buzzer is home.
When you put your name on the line, it means something. That's what Jiffy Lube Signature Service is all about. We put our name on the line every single day. It's our guarantee we did the job right. Jiffy Lube Signature Service. More than an oil change.
Visit one of the 41 Greater Portland area Jiffy Lubes today.
You talk, we listen. You ask, we do. You request, we provide. Because nobody knows your hair better than you do. Which is precisely why, at the Great Clips Advanced Training Centers, our stylists learn more than the latest styles. They learn how to listen. So no matter which Great Clips you visit, you'll get your haircut the right way, your way, every time. Great Clips. Guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
The month of March is Reading Awareness Month for the Blazers, and we're all doing our part to support the Start Making a Reader Today program. Some of my teammates visited the Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School earlier this week to help with the team's $50,000 donation to the program and to do a little reading. And Detlef Shrimp has also been putting in some time in the classroom lately. Mike Barrett with the story.
March is NBA Reading Month, and to celebrate, Detlef Schrempf went to William Walker School in Beaverton to encourage kids to read and to reward them for their accomplishments.
I have to move this up a little bit. Good morning. How's everybody doing? All right. Who comes home and reads a book? No, are you serious? Who goes home and reads a book? I know my kids don't come home and say, I want to read a book.
Schrempf says when his kids get home from school, going and grabbing a book isn't exactly their top priority.
I know when my kids come home, they want, first of all, I'm hungry.
In this day of smart toys, Sega, Sony, Nintendo, and computer-aided fun, reading a book has taken a back seat.
Can you learn a lot more things when you can read? Yes.
It just so happened the day Schrempf was at William Walker School was Read Across America Day and was also Dr. Seuss's 96th birthday.
Are we reading a book? Hold on, how does Dr. Seuss wear it? Like this? Yeah. What do you guys think? Do I look good? Yeah. Don't lie to me. I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Well, I think it's a great opportunity for awareness that reading is important. You know, with Dr. Seuss' birthday today and you know, the program, GT program, literacy program, I think it's a great opportunity for us to go out and let the kids know that, you know, TV, Nintendo, all those things are fun, but the important part is education. And to educate yourself, you have to be able to read.
In 1996, Detlef and his wife Mary started their own foundation to benefit children's charities, and he has now welcomed the chance to be the first ever GTE literacy champion in Oregon.
Some prizes for you. The Blazers brought you guys some hats. Anybody here who doesn't want a Blazer hat? Oh, almost got you. Yeah, give it a try.
They hear it from us all of the time. They hear it from their parents. But for someone like Detlef to say, I read, I have children, and to really spend quality time with them. And he did that today. He looked in their eyes. He listened to them. He answered their questions. He had a sense of humor, and you could tell he really liked children.
Good luck. Keep working hard in school.
For Rip City TV, I'm Mike Barrett.
Oh, yeah.
Stoudamire. Now, that's a very familiar name to basketball fans in the Portland area, has been for many years, and it's a name that you are going to continue to hear. Damon's cousin, Salim, led his team to the recently concluded high school state tournament. And Schatz brings us up to date on the next generation of Stoudamire.
There's no doubt about it. The kid's got the game, and he's got the name, too. One of the top prep players in the state, cousin of
5'10" from Arizona, number 3.
Damon Stoudamire, one of the top players in the NBA. Ooh, the basketball bloodlines run plenty deep in this family. The Stoudamire name has a wonderful, long history in this town. Now, that's the blessing.
There you go.
But that same name also brings tons of expectations and pressure, and that can be a curse.
It's a blessing because people expect that you're good, and they're, like, really nice to you. But it's a curse when they taunt you, and that happens a lot.
You know, I kind of feel sorry for him in a sense because he's kind of like the last Stoudamire, so to speak, and you know everybody's going to have a lot of expectation for him, and he's going to have to handle that, you know, because there's going to be a lot of pressure on him.
Salim averages 22 points a game as a junior for Lake Oswego. He once scored 53 as a freshman, and his game compared to cousin Damon's?
I think a lot of my moves resemble his. We kind of like have similar games, but mine's is more smooth. He's like real hard, like rough with it. Like he dribbles the ball real hard, and I'm more like relaxed with it.
Throws it up on the run. That was a heck of a shot.
Do you want to play for the Blazers someday like Damon, you know,
Sure.
hometown boy?
Sure.
Have you ever thought about that?
Little. Playing in front of the whole family, real close. That'd be nice.
Salim has found himself at Laco after transferring from Lincoln. He's on top of his game, but there may be one element missing.
He don't got enough dog in him yet. You know, that's the one thing, you know. It's a difference to have talent and be soft, but you got to have talent and be a dog. And I think that if he can be a dog, You know, I think he'd be all right.
Have you told him that?
I tell him that all the time.
Up next on Rip City TV, we'll hear from Blazer star Scottie Pippen. And later, a look back at one very memorable moment in Blazer history. Stay with us.
Hey, is that your brother?
Want to change your body? Gold's Gym.
It's down, it's way down. It's falling, sir.
It's dropping like a stone.
Down, way down. Oh, down.
Oh, it's way down! Yes!
Sometimes down is good. Presenting Mercata, the new way to shop where prices go down while you watch. The more people who buy, the lower the price.
Jack, you gotta get in on this deal.
Jack.
Where's Jack?
Jack? Drive prices down at Mercata.com.
What if shopping for home furnishings felt less like shopping and more like being at home? You know, no pressure, no rush, no disruptions. For the most part. Unlike other stores, at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we know that to be truly comfortable with your furniture, you need to be comfortable with where you buy it.
Welcome back to Rip City TV. I've always had a lot of respect for Scottie Pippen, but it's taken having him as a teammate this year to appreciate just how important he is to a winning team.
Sheet against Story has picked up his dribble. Now to Pippen, 5 to shoot. Scottie, three-pointer for the lead. It's in!
Oh, man! That was, he was closer to half court than he was the top of the circle. Great three-pointer.
You don't become one of the 50 greatest players in the history of the NBA without playing high-quality hoops over a very long period of time. But those who have watched Scottie Pippen closely notice a change this year. There's a quick smile to go with the quick first step.
Yes, a lot of happiness. You know, it's a feeling of confidence. You know, a lot of people see it, you know, as you go out to play. But it's a little bit of arrogance, you know, knowing that, you know, I'm in a position to win the championship again. I'm playing with a great team, and I'm enjoying playing the games and the guys that I'm playing with, as well as the coaching staff.
Scottie's 6 championship rings buy him instant credibility in the locker room. And he knows that the rest of the team, despite their obvious individual talents, look to him in key situations.
I feel like they do, but, I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to utilize my leadership and help them grow and to help us get better as a team. You know, as you say, we got a lot of great players here, guys who can do things on their own, but, you know, they haven't been there before, and they haven't got that experience yet, and all that comes in time, and I'm hoping that, you know, with me being here, I can help to speed the process.
Pippen and his teammates know that this team has an opportunity to be special, but that there is much work to be done. And if the day comes that another championship trophy is to be hoisted, number 7 would be just as sweet as number 1.
It's not a process that happens overnight. I mean, this is something that, you know, we started 3 months ago, and now we're at this point where, you know, we still got another 2-3 months before it's all over. But it's a great feeling to have to go through the whole process, and then when it's all said and done, that you know, you're crowned the champ. So I mean, looking back and, you know, saying I've won a championship here and comparing it to Chicago, the feeling would be just as dramatic, if not a greater feeling for me.
And certainly for the rest of Portland as well. I'm Brian Wheeler for Rip City TV.
With all its success over the years, the Portland Trailblazers have a history rich in memorable moments. But none are more fabled than the one that is featured in tonight's Mercata Memory.
This is a Mercata Memory, brought to you by Mercata, where shopping is a team sport. As the interim head coach of the Vancouver Grizzlies, Lionel Hollins doesn't usually enjoy his visits to the Rose City. But 23 years ago, the Train was a key member of the Blazers championship team, and right in the middle of one of the most celebrated comebacks in team history the following season.
I remember that we were down 4, and we had an inbound pass, and they let us score. They were giving up 2, and they took the ball out of bounds. They couldn't get it in at full course, so they called timeout, took it out at half. We stole the ball, scored a layup, and then they took it out and couldn't get it in again. Called timeout, took it out at halftime. We stole it again and scored at the buzzer.
The Blazers' comeback from 4 down with 13 seconds to go wasn't quite as routine as Mr. Hollins remembers. Let's roll back the clock.
Van Leer, the inbound play. Hollins, Hollins,
We were a pretty tough ball club, and we had matured and had that confidence of having been together, having won the championship, and we just didn't believe that we could lose.
Van Leer, the inbound play. Look at the D by the Blazers. Van Leer, inbounds, May, close, Korzik, Hollins. He Blazers going crazy. The game is not over. Inbound, and public will be the game is over.
That game was, by all intents and purposes, over. But that year in '78, we played a lot of close games. We played a lot of games where we were down and came from behind and won. It was like we wouldn't give up until the buzzer went off, and most of the times we came out on top. I think we were 50-10 at one point.
The Blazers win the football game. You might think it was the World Championship.
Lionel has many fond memories of that game and his time in Portland, and knows that that team will always have a place in Blazer history.
Well, I have a lot of friends here, and guys that I've played with still live here, so it's always nice to come back to Portland. You know, I've always rooted for the Blazers and like to see them do well, but, you know, especially now I'm going against them, I don't want to see them do well or too well against me. I want to go out and win the game, but it's nice coming back here, and it's nice seeing the organization continue to do well. It's traditionally been a great organization, and it's continued.
This has been a Mercado memory.
Coming up on RCTV, the ladies hit the court as the WNBA's Portland Fire revs up, and Joe Klein returns to school. Rip City TV will be right back.
Honey?
Yeah.
It's down.
Baby? Down.
It's down. That's down, all right.
Yeah. I swear this never happened before.
It's down.
Hold on. It's down.
It's way down. I love it.
Sometimes down is good. Presenting Mercata, the new way to shop where prices go down while you watch. The more people who buy, the lower the price.
Let's do it again.
Drive prices down at Mercata.com.
What if home furnishing stores felt less like stores and more like home? Familiar, personal, and stress-free. Relatively speaking. Unlike other stores, at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we know that to be truly comfortable with your furniture, you need to be comfortable with where you buy it.
You talk, we listen. You ask, we do. You request, we provide. Because nobody knows your hair better than you do. Which is precisely why, at the Great Clips Advanced Training Center, our stylists learn more than the latest styles. They learn how to listen. So no matter which Great Clips you visit, you'll get your haircut the right way, your way, every time. Great Clips. Guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
Women's professional basketball returns to the Rose City as the Portland Fire of the WNBA makes its debut this coming summertime. And recently we got an early peek at some of the league's best. The WNBA held Veterans Camp and a scrimmage against the U.S. national team here in our area. Ann Schatz was there to take it all in.
Over 3,000 fans packed the Oregon City High School gym earlier this month, and the WNBA's Portland Fire threw one heck of a party. The scrimmage was a special chance to get a look at some WNBA veterans like the great Cheryl Swoops and the Olympic-bound U.S. national team. Now, the Fire is one of 4 WNBA expansion teams, and they can't wait to get started. From head coach Linda Hargrove to veterans Molly Goodenbauer and Sophia Witherspoon. Yeah, sure, the first year may be rough, but women's professional basketball is back in the Rose City, right where it belongs.
It's exciting. I wish we started the season this month instead of in June, but this is a great way to tip things off. I love the WNBA. I'm excited that we're getting 4 new expansion teams. The only thing about Portland is that it's so far to get here. It took me 4.5 hours to fly here yesterday. What's up with that?
Get used to it, honey, because we're bringing you back.
I know, and I'm excited about it. I love Portland. I like being here. I just love the league, and I'm excited about coming back here to play.
Okay, we got called. The biggest ovation was saved for Natalie Williams of the U.S. national team and Utah Stars. Williams was the franchise player for the Portland Power of the old ABL, and she knows firsthand just how this community embraces women's hoops.
I think it's great that it's finally here again. The ABL was very strong here, but I'm so glad that the WNBA picked up a team because I love playing here, and I know the fans want to see us play.
I always say my kind of tag one of the hotbeds of women's basketball on every level. So, you know, we're excited to have it back in Portland.
I think they'll back them up just as much as they backed up the Power, maybe even more now that we're WNBA.
And basketball is just like a big part of my life. It's really cool.
Are you going to be going to some of the games?
Yeah, hopefully all of them.
The Fire's home opener is just about 3 months away, bringing Swoops and her Comets to town to get the whole shebang started. Boy, what a way to get it going.
Every month here on Rip City TV, one lucky student wins a school visit from a Blazer, thanks to Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. At the visit, that student and their classmates get to play reporter. It's a lot of fun for everyone. Let's get caught up to date on this month's visit.
Joe Klein hasn't seen a lot of court time this season, but Mrs. Limbeck's Templeton Elementary class made sure that he had plenty of class time at the Tigard School. Jackie Pratt was the Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery School Day Contest winner, and she and her classmates made sure Joe got a good workout, even if it was just with words. Let's listen in.
First question is, where did you grow up?
That's a good question. Since I've played for so many teams, I've often wondered that myself. No, I grew up in Slater, Missouri. It was right in the middle of Missouri, and so it's a very small town. I had 2,000 people in my town. It's not a town like Tigard or a suburb of Portland. We were out, you drive along in the cornfields and cows and pigs, and then there's Slater.
What do you do when you're not playing basketball to stay in shape?
To stay in shape? Well, I've got an 11-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old. So if I'm not running, I like to work out, run, and shoot, and lift weights. And then I'm usually running after my 11-year-old, running after my 8-year-old, and running after my 5-year-old. So they keep me busy. They keep me on the go.
When you're going up for a slam dunk or something, what's going through your mind and what are you thinking?
Well, that was a long time ago. Anymore, not a lot of slam dunks in my repertoire anymore. Too old, but it's not anything you really think about it. I mean, mostly what you do on a basketball court is instinct. Like you play basketball now, and there's probably certain things you do, and you shoot, or maybe you dribble twice and shoot, and you don't think about it. You know, just you've been practicing and doing it so much that it just kind of happens.
What do you enjoy most about playing with the Blazers?
Well, it's a good bunch of guys. As far as the coaches and the people that help run the team, I mean, it's very everybody works together and everybody shares the credit. And everybody wants to do good. I mean, and that's what makes it fun. You don't have one person trying to outdo the other. Everybody works as a team, and nobody wants more than their fair share of credit.
If you would like the credit for getting a Blazer to visit your classroom, get out to a Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery and register for a chance to win. I'm Mike Rice for Rip City TV.
Stoudamire out of the key. Now to Sabonis. Sabonis against Baker. Fakes the hand. Oh, what a noble pass to Stoudamire to lay it in. Back to Sabonis.
The Blazers are in Seattle, ready to take on their I-5 rivals, the Supersonics. It's Gary, Payton, and friends hosting Portland in just a few minutes. Right here on KGW-TV and the Blazers Television Network.
Nasty! Pass to Smith, cutting down the lane, jammed in with two hands.
Nestle wants to send you to a Blazers game and treat you like a VIP while you're there. You'll get 20 tickets to bring all your friends. Plus, you will all be treated to a pregame dinner. And with Nestle, you know there'll be plenty of dessert to go around. To enter, pick up an entry form at Fred Meyer at the Nestle Candy Display for your chance to win the Blazers VIP Night Sweepstakes.
Smith, his three-pointer at the shot clock buzzer is home.
Means something. That's what Jiffy Lube Signature Service is all about. We put our name on the line every single day. It's our guarantee we did the job right. Jiffy Lube Signature Service. More than an oil change.
Visit one of the 41 Greater Portland area Jiffy Lubes today.
Brother?
Want to change your body? Gold's Gym.
Tonight's special presentation of Rip City TV has been brought to you by Great Clips, proud sponsors of the Blazers Courtside Kids. By the 41 Portland area Jiffy Lubes. Jiffy Lube, more than an oil change. By Nestle, it's just more fun to munch. By Mercata, www.mercata.com, where prices are always dropping. By Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we make the rooms that make a home. And by Gold's Gym. Join a real gym, Gold's Gym.
That's all the time we have tonight on Rip City TV. Be sure to join us for our final show of the year on April 10th, before we take on the Jazz in Utah.
Now, this season has been a terrific one for the Blazers to this point, my friends, and it promises only to get better. This is a squad, you know, with a real chance to win it all, and now is the time to start fine-tuning for that playoff run. It's going to be lots of fun, so join us. I'm Bill Schonley. For my partner, Steve Smith, wherever you may be, good night, everybody.
Wanna find a number out of town, GTE has got it down. 411, 411. Whether Tampa Bay or East LA or all across the USA. 411, 411. Don't need no area codes, just searching coast to coast. 411, 411, 411. GTE National Directory Assistance. Find anyone, anywhere.
The home team is committed. Committed to getting into the playoffs. Committed to getting families into homes. Along with neighborhood revitalization efforts, the home team is breaking down the barriers to home ownership, sponsoring home buying fairs, and providing free information. The Trailblazers and the Fannie Mae Foundation, Portland's home team.
There's nothing like your Northwest McDonald's for a warm smile, good food, and great value. And there's nothing like Wednesdays when you can get our original McDonald's hamburger for only 29 cents. Or Sundays when you can get our classic cheeseburger for only 39 cents. Or Tuesdays for our crispy 6-piece chicken McNuggets for only 89 cents. There's nothing like McDonald's for great deals. 29-cent hamburger Wednesdays, 39-cent cheeseburger Sundays, and 89-cent 6-piece chicken McNuggets Tuesdays. Did somebody say McDonald's?
You are looking live at Key Arena. Pete Pranica courtside. Hope that you enjoyed tonight's edition of Rip City TV. The Blazers have moved up I-5 to take on the Seattle Supersonics. Third of 4 meetings between the two teams. And the Blazers have won both meetings so far this season, including a blowout win here at Key Arena in middle December. We invite you to stay tuned to the Blazers television network for game night. That's coming up next.
Rob Gordon on First Loves.
My relationship with Allison Ashmore lasted for 6 hours, the 2 hours after school, before the Rockford Files, for 3 days in a row. But on the 4th afternoon, Kevin Bannister.
Skank.
High Fidelity, a comedy about love, loss, and other pop favorites.
I'm looking for a record for my daughter. I just called to say I love you.
There's no way she likes that song. Oh, is she in a coma?
Rated R. Starts March 31st.
Since 1937, when Progressive Insurance began, our mission has been simple: reduce the economic costs and human trauma of automobile accidents. That's one reason Progressive Insurance is sponsoring this year's Buddy Bear campaign, along with News Channel 8. We're collecting new teddy bears for police and firefighters in order to comfort kids during an emergency. So drop off a new bear at News Channel 8, at any participating Dairy Queen, or at Progressive headquarters in Tigard, and help make tough situations more bearable for everyone.
Before you dig any hole, or build any fence, or do any excavating, stop and think about what you're doing. Without knowing what's down there, you risk major damage to utility lines or serious injury to yourself. It's the excavator's job to find out where lines are buried, so play it safe. Contact the One Call Center before digging. After that, there's almost nothing stopping you.
Sponsored by News Channel 8 and Portland General Electric.
With its unibody construction and independent suspension, the Lexus RX 300 is the first luxury SUV that doesn't ride like a truck.
So what'd you think?
I'm impressed. Thanks for letting me drive it.
Thanks for letting me play with the siren, Bill.
At Lexus of Portland.
The following is a sports presentation of Blazer Broadcast and Post Up Productions. Game Night is brought to you by Tony Roma's Restaurants. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs. And by your friendly Northwest Dodge dealers. Do not follow. Do not conform. Be different.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to downtown Seattle in the shadow of the Space Needle. You're looking live at Key Arena, where tonight the Portland Trailblazers take on the Seattle Supersonics, the third of 4 meetings between these two teams in the regular season. Hi again, everybody. Pete Pranica, the snapper, Steve Jones. Snapper, pop quiz. Who leads the Blazers with most offensive rebounds?
Jermaine O'Neal.
It seems like that after the last couple of games, but it's Steve Smith. And Snapper, Steve is a guy who can make good things happen even when the shots aren't falling.
Well, you know, Steve Smith has to be aggressive. That's what we saw in the fourth quarter of the game against Minnesota, in which the Trailblazers lost. And when he's aggressive, yes, he can get those offensive rebounds, but he's also going to be making big shots. And the Trailblazers are going to need Smith to step up and remember what it's like to be clutch throughout the game. Don't wait just until the closing minutes. So look for Steve Smith right at the outset of this ballgame.
And a guy who's been clutch, really, Steve, since the All-Star break has been Arvydas Sabonis. Look for him to have a big night tonight.
Well, you know, Sabonis is finally getting the message that in order for the Trailblazers to win, he has to consistently be aggressive at both ends of the floor. He can't be a part-time player. He can't relax and let somebody else do it. The Trailblazers need him to be an offensive threat inside as well as outside. When he plays that way, his numbers are up dramatically. He's been on a tremendous roll.
He has been on a roll since the All-Star game. Now, the Sonics are near the bottom of the NBA statistical chart when it comes to shot blocks. Look for Arvydas to go strong to the rack. Game night continues with more after this.
Savan pants. Soft, comfortable, stylish. So you'll look good no matter what happens.
Available at Meyer and Frank.
Remember when people tried harder? Standard TV and Appliances never forgotten the way service used to be. Hi, Bill Schonley here for Standard TV and Appliance, where guaranteed low prices go hand in hand with old-fashioned hometown service. where Standard's knowledgeable, experienced people are ready to help.
With our parts department plus in-home repair, Standard TV and Appliances committed to your satisfaction.
Low prices, great service. Standard TV and Appliance.
Up to here in off-road is no time to discover your truck's off-road package is little more than decals, when what you really need is a burly, overbuilt suspension. Solid steel and high-tech composite skid plates, big, honking 17-inch wheels, and special tires. The new and very different 2001 Dodge Ram Off-Roadster. It draws a new line in the mud. Now get $1,000...
Here at Key Arena, a sizable number of Blazer fans have made their way up north. Kind of reminds us of our memorable moment from March of 1991 when Blazer fans made a big-time showing at the Tacoma Dome.
Memorable moments are brought to you by your Northwest Dodge dealers.
March 27, 1991, found the Blazers in the Tacoma Dome taking on the Seattle Supersonics, and despite it being a home game for the Sonics, thousands of Blazer fans have made the trek up I-5 for the game. Seattle ran out to a 24-point lead, only to see the Blazers charge back. The Blazers went on to beat Seattle 112-107.
Fans, we invite you to stop by a participating Northwest Dodge dealer and enter the Dodge First to 20 contest. If your entry is selected and you pick the first Blazer to score 20 points in that game, you win $1,000. Tonight, Chad Butler of Salem has selected Rasheed Wallace to be First to 20. Game night continues from Key Arena with a look at the Seattle Supersonics, but first, this from your local station.
You know, I was up at that Blazer game in Tacoma back in '91. Blazers have just 17 games left in the regular season. They trail the Lakers by 4.5 games. If the playoffs were to start tonight, the Blazers would take on the Sonics in the first round. I talked with Scottie Pippen this week, and he said he was not even thinking about the playoffs right now.
I think, we try to use this whole season to come together as a team, and that's what we're trying to do when the playoffs comes around, and then our focus is on the playoffs. But we don't want to look too far ahead and let this season slip by us.
Elsewhere, former Blazer J.R. Rider is through with the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks waived Isaiah last night after he showed up 10 minutes late for their game with the Celtics. Blazers traded Isaiah to the Hawks last summer, and he got off on the wrong foot by showing up late to training camp. He was suspended in November for missing practice, suspended again in December for missing a team flight and a shoot-around. Rider was late for a game last week, and he's been used sparingly since. Last night, the Hawks were going to suspend Rider for a third time, but he asked the team to waive him. They did. The 29-year-old Rider also said that teammates Dikembe Mutombo and LaFonso Ellis went to the NBA with unfounded charges of marijuana abuse.
And everyone turned me in without knowing, smelling, or anything like that, and I had to deal with that. And I had to deal with players going to Lenny and Pete all year saying how they didn't want to play with me. And I'm not making them a scapegoat or pointing fingers. All I'm saying is that it's been a rough year for me.
I don't know what is he talking about. I don't smoke marijuana, so I don't know when does he do it. I don't know. So why am I going to turn somebody to the league? It's just crazy.
All I can say is what I've said many times before. My teammates are like my brothers, and all those things stay in-house. And whether he was or wasn't, he's my teammate, he's my brother, and if I had a problem with it, I would have gone straight to him.
Let's check the NBA scoreboard for some scores from tonight's early action. New Jersey beat Milwaukee in overtime, 92-90. Indiana over Charlotte, 113-99. Jalen Rose led Indiana with 22 points. And Washington over Chicago, 101-88. Michael Jordan said he might have quit if the Wizards had lost to the Bulls once again. After tonight, the Blazers are off for the next 3 days. They play again next Wednesday night when they take on the Pistons at the Rose Garden. We'll head back to Seattle right after this.
the durable, authentic khaki. It gets better with every wash. Dockers khakis.
As you can see, our menu has a lot of great stuff on it. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs and a whole lot more. Are you in the mood for a juicy Roma burger, a crisp Santa Fe salad, or tender, mouth-watering ribs? You are now. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs and a whole lot more.
Now, for a limited time, you can enjoy Tony Roma's star-studded sampler. Includes original baby backs, Carolina Honeys, Blue Ridge Smokies, and Bountiful Beef Ribs, all for just $12.99. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs.
World-class e-business solutions. Global high-speed access. Universal internet security. One of the fastest backbones on Earth. Get the connection?
Most companies just different, with more available payload.
The Seattle Supersonics hold down the 6th position in the Western Conference as we return to Key Arena with Game Night Steve Jones. And one of the reasons that they have been able to put together a nice record is maybe one of the great improvement stories in the NBA. Ruben Patterson, last year as a substitute for the Lakers, now a big-time player.
Well, a year ago he was nailed to the bench, couldn't get into the lineup, and he became the talk of the NBA with a terrific start. And about for the first 30 games, everybody was saying, who is Ruben Patterson? Then he either forgot his identity or hit a wall, but he is back. He's a very aggressive inside player, runs the floor extremely well, pretty good offensive rebounder, and he has been part of the reason that the Sonics have been on a bit of a roll here lately.
Another reason is a young fella in his second season, straight out of high school, Rashard Lewis. Steve, when he gets the minutes, he gets big numbers.
Well, he has made his way into Paul Westfall's rotation, and he is getting a regular diet of time. It's a question of how he plays in the game, but he has great ability. He's a quick leaper. He runs the floor. He can play two positions, and he is learning. What they like about him is that, you know, he is a sponge, that he is soaking up everything, playing better with every game. Last 5 games tell you this kid is going to be a talent and going to be around for a while.
He played big time last Sunday against Toronto. Now, the Sonics lost that game here at Key Arena, but he went for 28 points. That does it for tonight's edition of Game Night. Blazers and Sonics. It's all coming up next from Key Arena.
Game Night has been brought to you by Tony Roma's Restaurants. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs. And by your friendly Northwest Dodge dealers. Do not follow. Do not conform. Be different.
Root. Get 0.9.
These days, seems like everybody's always reachable, instantly accessible. Until there's a busy signal, a hold message, and the realization that your insurance company isn't there for you. Enter Country Companies, where you'll always talk to real people with real answers real quick. After all, what good is a phone if there's no one there to listen? Country Companies Insurance.
Now, fresh Safeway Select Salsa could take you to Mexico. New York steak to New York. And French bread all the way to Paris. Every time you spend $250 with your Safeway Club card through December 31st, you'll get 125 miles added to your United Airlines Mileage Plus account. And there's no limit on how many bonus miles you can earn. So go to your local Safeway today to enroll. Who knows where you'll go next?
personal space is never an issue. At United Airlines, we realize not everyone's in love. Newly completed Economy Plus, with up to 5 extra inches of space. One more thing we're doing to make it easier to stay united.
The following is a sports presentation of Blazer Broadcasting and Post Up Productions.
The playoffs are a little more than a month away, and the intensity is beginning to rise. If the postseason started tonight, the Blazers would be pitted against their archenemy, the Seattle Supersonics, in the first round. Portland won handily the last time these two tangled at Key Arena, but the Blazers won't be fooled into thinking the Sonics are easy pickings. Any team with Gary Payton is not to be taken lightly. The journey continues. The Blazers and Sonics are next. Everybody, and welcome to the excitement of the NBA. From Key Arena in downtown Seattle, it's the Portland Trail Blazers and the Seattle Supersonics, third of 4 regular season meetings. Hi, everybody. Pete Pranica, the snapper, Steve Jones. To provide context for tonight's proceedings, Steve, let's take a look at those Western Conference standings.
As you take a look at the Western Conference standings, what you should understand is that this is the month, along with April, where teams have a chance to adjust their position. The Trailblazers currently sitting at 3 and looking at a possible matchup with the Seattle Supersonics. Sonics thinking that they can move up. So every team and every game that you play now is within the conference, within the division. If you're going to make up some ground, you're going to get some momentum going, now is the time to start to do it.
And a good way to do it is to play with passion. For the Blazers, Rasheed Wallace, I've heard of hot shooting, but 90% in the last 2 games is a little ridiculous.
Well, Wallace is capable of getting those kinds of numbers, but he's been extremely efficient and patient at the offensive end, and the Trailblazers have needed all of that. He is their big key player on the front line and the guy that's going to bail them out when they need shots made. Wallace shooting the ball extremely well. Doesn't need a strong game from him tonight.
Now, if Seattle has any chance tonight, they need a strong game from Gary Payton. Top 10 in the league in scoring and in assists. He is Mr. Son.
Well, you know, he is the reason for all of the winning. He's the attitude guy up here about whether they're playing hard enough, mean enough, and what really matters is when they play Portland is that you keep him out of the game, because he has been the defining difference between winning and losing. And when he's on, Portland has a tough time handling him.
Won't be an easy ball game. The Blazers have won the first 2 meetings between the Portland and the Sonics. The game is coming up next. Portland Trail Blazers basketball is brought to you by Taco Bell, home of the Chalupa. By AT&T Family Plan. Talk all you want. Your family. AT&T Wireless Services. By your local Toyota dealer. We're leading the way to quality and value every day. And by Fred Meyer Stores, where you can always find more of what's on your list today.
The tires are here at Les Schwab Tire Centers everywhere, celebrating the West's largest tire sale, the Spring Tire Sale. In passenger and performance tires, the 800 Ultra, Spectrum, Grand Am, Proxus FC4, the all-new ZE 326. For pickups and SUVs, Wild Country, Wildcat, Trailcat, the new SXT. All this and more on sale. Custom wheels, exciting new styles. Happening now at Les Schwab, the West's largest tire sale.
$32.75.
I didn't bring my purse.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
It did look good on her.
This is your wake-up call. Circle K Coffee, made from 100% Arabica beans. Fresh ground and fresh brewed every 30 minutes or less. So at Circle K, it's always fresh, 24 hours a day, guaranteed. Circle K Coffee. No matter when you wake up, it's the freshest coffee going.
From Godfather's Pizza comes a feast for the new millennium. Choose any medium specialty pizza like our Zesty Taco, plus a second medium with your choice of any one topping. And this unbelievable giant chocolate chip cookie as wide across as a medium pizza. Get ready for the feast of the millennium. Introducing the Millennium Feast from Godfather's Pizza, a medium specialty, a medium one topper, and a giant cookie, just $16.99. Call now and have it delivered.
It's here to clear the air. Toyota's Blue Skies Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Get in and see everything that's new and different. The best time to get the Toyota you want has never been clearer. Your new beginning is here. The Blue Skies Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Portland Trail Blazers basketball is closed caption through a generous grant from Fred Meyer.
Through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Blazers and Sonics at Key Arena. And Steve, for the Blazers to win, what are the keys?
Well, I think tonight it's a mental game along with some physical things, and the number one thing is to get back that dominating attitude. They have been too willing to allow their opponents to play with them, and that's made it difficult for them. Whenever you play Seattle, you've got to contain Gary Payton. You can't let him score and get other people involved and steal the basketball and expect to win. Portland is a bigger team. They've got to use their size. Should they do that, they get their third win against Seattle this season.
All right, of course, the Blazers coming off a disappointing loss to Minnesota at the Rose Garden on Thursday. After that ball game, Greg Anthony said, you know what, it's no time to let up. It's pedal to the metal.
It's just imperative that we get a win. This game becomes as big a game as there is. Because, you know, what happens is not only do you get in a funk in terms of losing games, but now, I mean, not only are we going to struggle trying to catch the Lakers, we still have to make sure we shore up, you know, the number 3 spot, because we can't win our division if we're not able to. And, you know, before you know it, a team like Utah, San Antonio is breathing down your throat trying to acquire that third seed. So we got a lot of work left.
Tonight's Spirit Mountain pick of the game is that the Blazers will have more three-pointers in the first half than the Sonics. If this comes true, the Blazers and Spirit Mountain will donate $2,500 to the Smart Reading Program at W.L. Henry Elementary. The lights are down at Key Arena. The Sonics about to be introduced. The starting lineups and play-by-play are coming next.
Hey, how'd it go at the bank? Jim, the car loan. Did we get it?
How about a home equity loan?
At Bank of America, we get to know you.
Jim? Honey? What's this?
We ask questions.
Car?
Right. So why not a car loan? Well, are they all out of car loans?
Then we find financial solutions that fit you.
Actually, we have plenty of equity in the house, and we could get this thing called a tax break. I mean, where is the trust?
Bank of America. Let's talk.
Wanna find a number out of town? GTE has got it down. 411, 411. Whether Tampa Bay or East LA or all across the USA. 411, 411. Don't need no area codes to search from coast to coast. 411, 411, 411. GTE National Directory Assistance. Find anyone, anywhere.
From Godfather's Pizza comes a feast for the new millennium.
Choose any medium specialty pizza like our Zesty Taco, plus a second medium with your choice of any one topping. And this unbelievable giant chocolate chip cookie as wide across as a medium pizza. Get ready for the feast of the millennium. Introducing the Millennium Feast from Godfather's Pizza. A medium specialty, a medium one topper, and a giant cookie, just $16.99. Right now at Godfather's Pizza.
Key Arena in downtown Seattle. Blazers and Sonics' third of 4 regular season meetings just moments away from getting underway. Blazers had a 3-game winning streak snapped, as we said on Thursday night. Blazers now 49-16, 24-10 on the road. That's the second best road record in the NBA. And one of those 24 wins did come here at Key Arena back in December. Seattle, meanwhile, 40-26. They are 21-10 here at Key Arena. Currently, they stand 4th in the Pacific Division behind LA, Portland, and Phoenix as well. Paul Westphal is the Sonics coach. Mike Dunleavy, last year's NBA Coach of the Year, of course, leading the Blazers into battle today. The Blazers have a 2-game winning streak on the road as you get a look at Paul Westphal and the Godfather's Pizza starting lineup. Damon Stoudamire, Steve Smith, Arvydas Sabonis, Scottie Pippen, Rasheed Wallace, Gary Payton, Brent Barry, Horace Grant in the middle, Ruben Patterson, and Vin Baker, the starting 5 for the Seattle Supersonics. Horace Grant, Steve, is really more of a power forward than he is a center.
Well, he is more of that, but when he's playing up here, because they have 2 players that are similar, Grant does man the middle. Gary Payton now leads the NBA in consecutive starts. That used to belong to somebody named Hersey Hawkins, but Hawkins went down with an injury. This is a very durable guy, and he has said he thinks they ought to win the rest of their home games here, so we'll see how he starts tonight, having a friendly chat with Damon Stoudamire, but that's going to be the end of that as soon as the ball goes in the air.
Payton averaging 23 points per ball game against the Blazers. He's recorded 4 straight double-doubles, and he is the man that the Blazers are going to focus on stopping tonight, or at least trying to slow him down a little bit. Your officials tonight is assigned by the NBA: Bob Delaney, Ron Elysiak, and Rodney Mott. Vin Baker, Arvydas Sabonis getting ready to jump it up. Damon Stoudamire in the circle. We're glad you're with us wherever you are along the Blazers television network. Blazers on their first offensive possession go right to Arvydas Sabonis. Arvydas will flip it in.
Those are the kinds of decisions that Sabonis wasn't making earlier. You recognize Brent Barry's on his back, come back the other way, an easy score for him.
Horace Grant working the perimeter. Barry quickly to Baker, backing down on Rasheed, and Vin Baker averaging 17 points per ball game, second leading scorer for Seattle, evens us out at 2.
Vin Baker's had a real tough time scoring like that against Rasheed Wallace, and that could be a confidence builder for, that could set him up with some terrible things to come, because Wallace has been able to send most of his inside opportunities back.
Pippen right down Main Street, lost it on the way up. Here comes Payton. He's got Patterson.
When they hurt Portland, they hurt it with speed and quickness. That's what Patterson and Payton can give them a combination of.
Damon looking for a savage screen. It's a long 2. And Payton the rebound. He's also an excellent rebounder. Third on the team in grabbing misfires. Payton, isolation play, rimming off to Sabonis.
Now remember the last time Portland and Seattle played up here, Seattle was into a 3-point craze. Everything they wanted to do was shoot deep. That really helped Portland get control of the game. Steve Smith, first 2 for the night.
A deep 2 for Steve, who had a strong shooting night against Minnesota, 9 of 17 as he registered 19 points in that ball game. 2 minutes gone by, all even at 4 apiece. Baker. Sabonis snagging another rebound. Scottie aggressively to the rim.
Well, Pippen came strong the first time and lost control of the ball, but turned the corner with the same mean intention
of dropping it over the top. Brent Berry.
One of the top shooters in the NBA, 10th from beyond the arc. Although that was 2. Brent and his brother John, both very good shooters, like their dad Rick. Damon on the move against Payton. Shot clock is at 9. Steve Smith trying to create a shot for himself, and he fills it up again. Payton trying to attack quickly, and Steve Smith commits the reach-in foul.
Smith has got a little hop in his step tonight that says he's going to be aggressive and he's going to try to assert himself, trying to come on the double team, and a little bit over anxious. Once you get a player like Payton under control, you just want to turn him back in the opposite direction to make him short.
Muscling against Rashid, and Chavez comes up with a miss. Arvidas big on the backboard. Steve thought about a 3. And Rashid against Horace Grant. Steve, that's a 3, and it rims off. Scotty, nearly the offensive rebound, but Horace Grant is there. Payton trying to feed Patterson. A tough shot from Rubin. He misfires. Sabonis, yet another rebound. Scotty in on his old Chicago teammate, Horace Grant. Scotty draws the foul on Grant.
Portland hasn't been in this kind of rhythm in a long, long time, where they're challenging in the open court and even allowing the opponent to maybe get out and run a little bit more. But Pippen really looks to be aggressive in trying to get to the rim here early in the ballgame.
Scotty misfiring on the first free throw as you get a look from the 800.com Slam Cam. 800.com, electronics and more, leading the way with online shopping for electronics and home entertainment products. Scotty had 11 free throw attempts against Minnesota as he was aggressive on Thursday night as well. He splits the pair here, and the Blazer lead is 3. Scotty Pippen checking Payton and leaves Brent Berry. Matched up against Damon Stoudamire. Horace Grant is all by himself, throws up an air ball. Ruben Patterson, blocked by Arvidas. Arvidas, a man-sized job in the middle. Steve Smith will show and go. Rashid. Oh, Rashid, 9 of 10 each of the last 2 ball games. Hits there. Blazers cooking at 63%. Seattle struggling right now. Baker against Rashid. And a foul against Wallace.
Well, that time, Wallace was playing for the block all the way, and then Baker made one adjustment right at the end, and that allowed Wallace to come across the arm. I think what he's got to try to do is get Baker a little bit further away from the hoop.
Baker averaging 12 points in the 2 games between the Blazers and the Sonics.
Well, you see those gray hairs in Paul Westphal's head. A lot of that has come from Vin Baker. Baker has been up and down this year when he's played well. His hair is brown.
I thought it was the microphone controversy. 1 of 2 for Baker. He's got 3 points on tonight. Blazer lead is 4. And that one deflected out of bounds by Gary Payton. So the Blazers will maintain possession with 16 to shoot. Blazers won here December 16th, 107-81. That was the fewest points that Seattle put up in a game between these 2 teams. The Blazers have scored 5 of the last 6. 8 on the shot clock. Steve Smith gets Sabonis screen. Tough block. Scotty tipped it. Ruben Patterson takes it off. Brent Berry. Damon, long rebound. Scotty against Brent Berry. Gives it up to Damon. 5 minutes gone by first quarter. Damon struggling against Gary Payton, and the Key Arena crowd appreciates that. 6 on the shot clock. Horace Grant checking Steve Smith. Steve on the move to the rim, and no goaltend call. Ruben Patterson. Patterson charge against Scottie Pippen. Patterson, no goaltending call, but he gets called for the charge. Turn it over and give it to Portland. 6:43. Blazers up 4.
Great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Hurry in now and get financing as low as 4.9 APR on the tough-as-nails, hard-working Tacoma, the ultimate compact truck. Your new beginning is here. It's gonna be a bright, the Blue Sky Spring event at your Toyota dealer.
Hello?
Nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa.
What?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa, or else.
Or else what?
I'll have to call you back.
Introducing the new nacho cheese chalupa. We took everything that was great about the chalupa and added warm, zesty nacho cheese sauce. How do we come up with this stuff? And at just 99 cents, you'll love it or your money back. Grande taste, loco value. Only at Taco Bell.
Fans, let's check tonight's 800.com Oregon Sports Quiz question. What year did the Portland Winterhawks win their second Memorial Cup? Was it 98, 88, 97, or 94? Log on to 800.com/RipCity, and if you answer the question correctly before the end of the half, you'll qualify to win a Lyra portable personal digital player, the best music in real audio, and MP3. Seattle struggling from the floor. Blazers at 50%. Sabonis is everywhere.
Well, as I said before, in the past, Sabonis would not have recognized the mismatch, would not have come back the other way. That was a good start for him, smothering Ruben Patterson was even better, and he stays after this one, so Sabonis is active early against the team that traditionally he's had a tough time playing well against.
Arvidas already with 4 rebounds. That foul against Ruben Patterson, that's his first, so the Blazers will get it. 6:40, and the clock rolling here in quarter number 1 from Key Arena.
Sonics are doing a lot of switching. They get a blocking foul on Steve Smith set on the screen. That is his second personal foul, so he's going to have to sit down, and off to a pretty good start. Doesn't want to come out of the ball game.
Bonzi will shrugs off the warm-up. Forrest Grant. Ruben Patterson.
That's one thing that Patterson can and will do whenever he gets an opportunity. Dropped it over the top. That's why his percentage is so high.
In fact, he's third in the NBA, shooting 54.7 from the floor. And when you're done with the basketball, it's easy to pile up those type of numbers. Rasheed with 9 on the shot clock against Forrest Grant. Rasheed looking to back down, had it stripped. Damon ran the shot clock, got to let it fly. It's a 3, too strong. Scotty going right to the basketball. Another offensive rebound for Scotty, as he has been very active around the offensive glass.
Got a lot of mismatches out there, and they finally switch up. But Stoudamire is being guarded by Vin Baker. You ought to think about just getting a seam and drive the ball to the hoop. They double it.
Clock's at 7. Steve Smith on the move in the lane, finding Rasheed. Rasheed the flush. The Blazer lead is 4. Payton thought about a quick release. Go with it. Oh, misses badly. Scottie Pippen released early. He was looking for a home run pass from Steve Smith. Thought about a 3 on move against Forrest Grant, scooping it in, but an offensive foul whistled against Scottie Pippen.
Look at that dotted line, and that is the indicator as Brent Berry steps right in front, takes the collision, and the charge goes to Pippen.
Berry was in front of the dotted line, but not a whole lot of contact there. Berry apparently bidding for a Best Actor Oscar, and Ruben Patterson with yet another dunk. Patterson with a couple of dunks in short order, and Seattle within 2. Arvidas setting the screen, getting it back from Damon. Bonzi in the post over Brent Berry.
What Maxwell has to learn is whether Ruben Patterson has a jump shot. He's reluctant to shoot many perimeter shots, and even that is a little fade away from about 7 feet, but he's got to show you that he can consistently make it. Rashard Lewis in the ball game for the first time.
Patterson, a 69% free throw shooter, bricks that one up there. Lewis in his second NBA season. Jermaine O'Neal, like Lewis, coming to the NBA straight out of high school. And Rasheed will get a rest here with 4:16 to go in the first quarter. Patterson good with the second. Lewis now checking Pippen. Beat it. Good look to Bonzi in deep, and Bonzi laying it in. Bonzi had 4 points Thursday night against Minnesota. He's already equaled that. Lewis. Too far from the corner, and a loose ball foul to be called on Vin Baker. Baker his first. That's the second against the Sonics.
Well, Baker's a guy that plays with his hands a lot against his opponent on their body, and he gets caught many times in rebounding position, hand in the back of the opponent. He doesn't like the call, but if he's going to stay in the game, he's going to have to watch that Sabonis inside.
Chavez taking it right to the rim. Blazers now grab that lead on points in the paint. Lewis on the move against Bonzi. Bumped him, no call. Horace Grant from outside. Horace Grant can do some damage from outside. He's been averaging 13.3 over the last 4 games and hitting at 50%.
He's going to miss more from the wings than he is straight on. So if you can force him to consistently stay over that angle, Lewis trying to steal it.
And Scottie Pippen will call for a timeout, a 20-second timeout. 3:02 to go here in the first quarter. Blazers up 5, and now they'll make it a full timeout as well. Timeout on the floor. 3:02 to go in the first quarter. Scottie Pippen, Arvydas Sabonis leading the charge as the Blazers lead the Sonics 19-14.
When you're in love, personal space is never an issue. At United Airlines, we realize not everyone's in love. Newly completed Economy Plus, with up to 5 extra inches of space. One more thing we're doing to make it easier to stay united.
With AT&T Digital One Rate, this is no ordinary.
The world of wireless has changed. AT&T Digital One Rate. No roaming or long distance charges. And now...
Can't sleep.
Listen,
Rain?
not just any rain. It's our rain. On our roof.
Each year, millions of people spend their first night in a home of their own.
Think it'll rain all night?
I hope so.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Fans coming events at the Rose Quarter include the NCAA Women's Regionals March 25th and the 27th. That'll be at Memorial Coliseum. Z100 Zootopia Concert. That's at the Rose Garden on April the 6th. On April the 7th, Jammin' 95.5, their Birthday Blast concert. Tickets are available at all Ticketmaster locations or call 224-4400. The Rose Garden is accessible to people with disabilities. For accessible seating, call 503-231-8000 or TDD 503-231-1101. Jeff Curtin operating the slam cams. And the slam cams have taken in 60% shooting by the Blazers, and they're up 5. Detlef Schrempf, former Sonic, into the ballgame for the first time tonight, feeding Arvydas. Damon on the return. And the rebound to Ruben Patterson. Damon deflects that one out of bounds, so Seattle will keep with 18 to shoot.
Pippen originally had the assignment of defending against Gary Payton. Payton really never had a chance to get a look at it, hold the ball here, and they're against the clock. Lewis.
Tough shot with the shot clock at 2. Rashard Lewis averaging 6 points in the series. 3-point game. Fonzie Wells over the top to Jermaine. Doubled. Good ball movement by Portland. Damon down the middle, hooking it up, but too strong. Ruben Patterson the rebound. Payton on the run. Look at the Fonzie. Deflect the attempted alley-oop. 2 minutes to go first quarter. Payton against Wells. Ruben Patterson will draw the foul from Jermaine O'Neal. The fake got Jermaine up in the air, but a great defensive play by Fonzie Wells to prevent a potential alley-oop.
Well, this is a terrific reaction by Wells, and Payton is able to get back to the ball, and it comes out a broken play and an attempt at the line for Ruben Patterson. Patterson off to a very quick start, rebounding and scoring the ball, and you've got to find Ruben Patterson at the offensive end because he's going to slide down in the slot and look for something close to the bucket. Misses the first free throw.
Seattle as a team, not a very good free throw shooting team. They're 27th out of 29 teams in the NBA in free throw percentage. Patterson over his last 5 games shooting 62% and hitting 17 points per game. Patterson with 8 here in the first quarter, and the Blazer lead has been trimmed to 2. Trump working against Rashard Lewis, feeding Sabonis. It danced, but it dropped for the big fella.
Well, it's all day long for Sabonis if he just turns in. He hasn't missed a shot yet. 6 here in the quarter.
Jermaine O'Neal checking Vin Baker. And a 5-second back down call against Vin Baker.
Well, Baker and Westphal are going to contend he wasn't backing down. He did hold the ball. He was trying to get himself in position, and Dunleavy called it from his end of the floor.
New rule this year, if your back is to the basket and you're dribbling, you can't do that for 5 seconds. Got to turn and face or kill the dribble. Shot clock at 8. Nice look, Arvidas to Damon. He'll go to the line for a 3-point chance. Beautiful look by Arvidas.
Ball movement, player movement hurts defenses all the time. Not enough pressure, and a nice quick pass behind the back. Patterson out of the ball game. Maxwell in.
Rashard Lewis picks up his first foul on that play. Damon, the top free throw shooter for the Blazers at 84.6. Maxwell is playing in his 800th NBA game tonight. Damon checking Payton.
He gets the knee by Jermaine O'Neal against Ben Baker.
And that puts the Blazers over the limit, so the Sonics shooting 1 plus the penalty here in the final minute of play. Ben Baker had missed 2 of the last 3 games with a bad hamstring, but he is back. He made his return Thursday night, 21 points in 30 minutes on the season, averaging a shade over 17. Vin Baker on him. Jermaine O'Neal has Payton on him. Blazers can't get him the ball. Shrimp in the lane, throws up a prayer, gets his own miss. Back to the rim and in.
Sometimes it's very good to be lucky. Shrimp lost control of it and fell right in the hoop. He was looking to get fouled on the play. Got nothing, but Portland picks up a couple more points.
Maxwell finding Payton. clock is off. Sonics can hold for the final shot of the quarter if they so desire.
Baker comes out. Now, what they're saying the last time, because he was facing the basket, was he was down below the line as Maxwell tries for another three and misses. Lewis
grabs the rebound, but loses it out of bounds. Jermaine O'Neal was all over Rashard Lewis, so 0.4 to go, so there is time for Seattle Steve for a catch and shoot. A very fast catch and shoot. Out of bounds. And the end of the first quarter. After 12 minutes of play, Blazers lead the Sonics 26-19.
Introducing the fastest way for business owners to turn checks into cash. The new TeleCheck electronic check acceptance service converts paper checks into electronic funds that go straight to your account, improving cash flow. No return checks, deposit fees, warranty claims, or hassle. With electronic check acceptance, once the check has been approved, it's TeleCheck's responsibility. It's the new digital process that gives retailers the quickest access to funds. TeleCheck. Straight to your bottom line.
Never thought we'd get that brother of yours married off.
Yeah, no kidding.
How you doing? How's the kids?
Kids are good. You know, we're thinking of buying a house.
You got the down payment saved?
Getting there.
How about your credit?
I don't know.
You don't know? You think buying a house is like buying a loaf of bread?
Understanding your credit is the first step toward owning a home. Call for the new free guide on credit from the Fannie Mae Foundation and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
I've been waiting for this.
We all have.
Here it comes.
Southwest Airlines introduces new nonstop service to Phoenix.
And we'd like to remind you, Southwest never serves airline food.
You are now free to move about the country.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Centers. If we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it. By Sprite, obey your thirst. Sprite. By Alaska Airlines, for the same price, you just get more. And by Francis Williams Bakeries, a family of good breads. Steve, the Blazers pitched a shutout at Gary Payton in the first quarter, allowing him just 2 shots.
Well, when Pippen was on him, it was a little bit tougher for him, and he didn't look like he was really into that scoring mentality. And sometimes he will take the first half off and then decide, well, I need to get into it. So we'll see. I thought he would get more aggressive against Damon Stoudamire, but really did not. But I don't know how much we can credit the Trailblazers yet until we see whether he's going to be aggressive and looking for his opportunities. But as long as he's not shooting, be happy.
If you can't make it to the Rose Garden next Sunday to see the Blazers take on the Knicks, order the game on Blazer Vision pay-per-view by calling your local cable operator. Blazers and Knicks coming up next Sunday. Greg Anthony, like Detlef Schrempf, a former Seattle Supersonic, on the floor for the first time tonight. Also a former Knick as well. In fact, Greg was with the Knicks when they made a trip to the NBA Finals. Came up short in Game 7 against the Houston Rockets. Rasheed Wallace back in the ball game. Payton blowing to the rim. Hit blows the layup. He's not going to like that very much. Greg Foster is also into the ball game for his first action tonight. Maxwell and Payton backcourt duel. Rasheed Wallace working against Greg Foster, formerly of Utah. Anthony is free and through.
Well, the last time up here, Greg Anthony had a great three-point shooting evening, and he said he likes to shoot here, so we'll find out whether the stroke stays true to form for him tonight. Barry.
He launches from 3 and hits. Brent Barry now has hit from downtown on 25 straight games. Bonzi Wells looking for an opening. Tough shot, but going glass. Brent Barry moving to the hoop. Ref fouled him. It's Maxwell, Barry, Payton, Foster and Horace Grant, the 5 for Seattle.
Those kinds of plays have been the ones that have hurt the Trailblazers the most, but the Sonics have a tendency, A, to come down, try to be a post team, and then shoot over the top. That plays right into Portland being able to control them. Barry gets the first free throw.
Former Beaver Brent Berry averaging 12.5 points against the Blazers. Jermaine O'Neal's coming out of the ball game. Scottie Pippen returns. Last time we were up here, Steve, Scottie looked more focused on defense. Tonight, he's really looking to score more than he did last time.
Well, I think he understands that he needs to be aggressive at both ends of the floor. He just can't give himself up. The Trailblazers have been struggling to get points out of that small forward position, and that's a point that historically creates problems for the opponent.
Scottie with 8 on the clock. Scottie on the move. Was looking for Greg Anthony, and Greg rotated to the top of the key. And the Blazers turn it over.
Well, Brent Berry was waving his hands up. Nobody was guarding him. Maxwell to the rim.
Max, who missed 2 from downtown, gets an easy one there, and it's a 5-point ball game. The Blazers have led by as many as 9. Shrimp against Berry. Foster on the double.
And whenever the ball goes low, they try to trap the ball. That leaves somebody open. Bonzi-Wells misses an easy opportunity, and Grant turns it over, but they're going to get a foul.
Bonzi-Wells the foul. That's why Seattle turned it over. Timeout on the floor. 9:57 for the half. The Blazers lead it by 5.
Would you trust these?
Beat up oil pan, probably never takes his foot off the gas. He trusts me to make sure it performs, and I trust CarQuest Auto Parts. I mean, you never know. Someday you might need to give me a ride.
CarQuest for AC Delco rapid fire spark plugs. Older cars' engines can run rougher. Bring back that new car feel with AC Delco rapid fire spark plugs. CarQuest, the professional choice.
Limited tickets remain for the March 30th game when the Blazers take on the Mavericks. The first 10,000 fans through the north and south entrances of the Rose Garden will receive a Detlef Shrimp Blazers buddy, courtesy of our friends at General Mills. Call Sue to order your tickets before they're all gone. That number is 224-4400. The Detlef Shrimp Blazers buddy. There's the real deal, Detlef Shrimp. Coming off the Blazers bench, and so far tonight, Steve, the Blazers bench has been effective.
The Trailblazers have gotten some good pop here early in the ball game. Bonzi-Wells leads the way. He's got 6 points, but Bonzi's also having trouble with the simple foul and decision, and he's got 2 quick personal fouls. Dunleavy would like to keep him around as he stays in the ball game.
Fans have suggested that we nickname the bench the rest of the best or the final answer. Like to hear your suggestions. Payton with a pull-up. Gary Payton, 1 basket, and already he's whooping. The Blazers, the best field goal shooting team in the league, and they're living up to that distinction. And an offensive foul called against Rasheed Wallace.
Well, Wallace was trying to get out of the way, and sometimes as the responsibility goes to the guy with the ball, Anthony never let Wallace clear, and he got nicked with the foul. They're going to get a foul against
Grab right around the waist.
Greg Anthony.
Rodney Mott signaled Rasheed Wallace. He was nowhere near the play. Rodney Mott gave the wrong signal. 50, not 30. The foul is on Greg Anthony. Steve, you are correct, as always. Pippen defending Payton. Anthony comes to double. Maxwell with a 3. All even at 31. So the Sonics strike quickly from 9 down to even it up at 31. 17,000 plus here at the key, making some noise. Bonzi wants to post up, gets in deep on Payton, scores.
They haven't been able to handle Bonzi down low and inside in the paint, so they got to make sure they continue to go with them. Payton back-to-back buckets.
Payton averaging nearly 24 points per ball game. You knew that you weren't going to shut him out beyond the first quarter. Seattle on an 11-2 run after the Blazers went up 9.
Maxwell. Block as Bonziwell trying to cut across the middle. Maxwell steps in front, impedes his progress. But this little spurt that the Sonics have gone on has been a result of two things. A little bit better defensive energy, but they're putting the ball on the floor and attacking Portland. That's got Portland's defense off balance, looking to Rasheed Wallace against Grant.
Dumping it to Bonzi, and Bonzi right down Main Street. Bonzi coming up big off the bench. Maxwell again from downtown. I beg your pardon, Payton.
Well, that answers your question to whether Payton is going to be aggressive at the offensive end here in the second quarter. He's starting to look to score. Wallace, top angle. 2 tips.
And a foul called by Rodney Mott. This will be against Seattle.
Big effort by Wallace. This is a tough angle here against Grant. Takes it in. Didn't really quite have control. Came back very quickly and got pushed off the ball by Rashard Lewis. Second foul by Lewis. A 3-point attempt coming here for Rasheed Wallace.
If there's one area that Rasheed wants to improve on, it's the free throw shooting, 68.2. Through the bottom.
I like it when Pippen makes a little dart at the ball and says you can't steal the ball from me.
And Gary Payton is electrifying the crowd here in Seattle.
Payton gets that little crick in his neck, then, you know, he has a whole different attitude about what he's going to do at both ends of the floor as they let Portland move the ball. 9 on the clock, Bonziwell.
Bonziwell has come to play. Bonzi already with a dozen, averaging 9 a game. Right now, everything for Seattle's going to run through Payton. Maxwell.
Is a great streak scorer, and he's on one of those streaks now since coming into ball game. 7 points, ball game even.
Greg, his 3 is in. Wild West shootout going on at the key. Blazers doing big time damage from the bench. Payton's going to take it in again. Don't have an answer for Gary Payton as he's scored 8 all in this quarter.
11 in the quarter.
Or 11 with now takeaway by Maxwell. Feeding Lewis. Top pass, Bradbury. And the Sonics are rolling. Blazers 5 turnovers to 2 for Seattle. And it's allowed Seattle to grab the lead. Lewis with a double on Rasheed. Clock's at 8. Bonzi missing in deep. Maxwell bypasses the 3, challenging Pippen. And the tip fails to fall. One of the few things that hasn't gone down for Seattle in this quarter. Bonzi will launch a 3. Trapped the rebound as Grant stumbled. Shrem putting it on the deck, drawing the contact. Foul on Horace Grant. 5:27 to go, second quarter. Sonics have rallied to the lead by 1. 2 resources and prizes, including a trip for 4 to San Antonio.
Well, during the break, Gary Payton yelled out, you know, Scottie Pippen can't guard nobody, and he has been on a roll. We'll find out whether Pippen comes out with a little bit different attitude here and tries to shut him down. But the advantage always goes to an offensive player when he gets on a roll, and Payton's certainly on a roll right now. didn't score in the first, 11 here in the second quarter, along with Maxwell. They have pushed the energy of the Sonics offensively, and they lead by 1.
Payton 5 of 6 in the quarter, and 1 of 1 from downtown. Detlef Schrempf at the line for the Blazers. We don't want to talk about his free throw streak, lest we jinx him.
You think you have that power?
I don't want to take any chances. Detlef good with a pair.
Yeah, he's talking. And what you want to do, if you really want to make Payton have a tough time and work really hard to get his shot, come down here and start attacking him before you can get down at that end of the floor. Once a player gets at an offensive end, gets a pretty good rhythm, he doesn't feel like he's going to be shut down. Looking for a 3.
Trying to get Scotty in the air. Vin Baker against the shot clock. And Seattle really boiling right now. Just under 80%. Blazers not bad either. Rasheed against Richard Lewis.
What Portland's been able to do well against the double teams that they've had down low is find the guy that's close to the bucket. Wallace with 9.
Ride the seesaw. Blazers back in front. Payton puts Seattle back in front. Greg Anthony looking to take it in deep.
Now, when a player like Payton is hot like he is, you've just got to go back at him. Scottie Pippen has got to look to start scoring against Payton, make him foul and do something. Wallace gets the foul. This one is going to be against Vin Baker on the push.
So Baker the foul. Rasheed will shoot a pair as Ruben Patterson returns for Richard Lewis.
And see the hands. Baker always has his hands down low around the hip area, and that's where he always gets caught with the foul. The first thing he'll do is rest on the opponent, and if you make a quick move, he's going to be in trouble.
Payton's whooping at us as we haven't read the scouting report.
He can score, and as I said before, the only way you get into a guy is to score back on him. Much is said about defense, and as good as Pippen is, right now he's at the mercy of Gary Payton. Wallace misses the first.
Rasheed splits the pair.
Now, a lot of Payton talk. One is to do things. One, to keep himself energized, but also to try to get into the head of Scottie Pippen. Pippen's been around. Let's see if he gets baited and goes for it.
Payton with a quick release 3, and that's a brick. Damon Stoudamire will check in at the next opportunity. Alley-oop Rasheed.
Nice save.
Apparently he did not run Elysiak. Let's see, is this an inadvertent whistle? The ball was not out of bounds. But when Elysiak blows the whistle, the clock dies.
Steve Smith is saying, I had a hoop. You make the save, I have a hoop. You take it away, your mistake. And now what you say, Pete, my bad?
My bad. And this year, the NBA is using a system. If you see the little belt pack on the officials, that's a wireless system. When the whistle blows, the clock is stopped automatically. So it's not a timer flipping a switch. The whistle blows, the clock goes dead. Schrempf swinging the hook. Brent Barry moves. Vin Baker drawing the foul. And he'll shoot a couple of free throws.
In the preseason, that's where the Sonics really hurt the Trailblazers, getting up and down the floor with their starting unit. They push it very quickly. That was Schrempf coming across to force Baker to miss, and his reaction, one of pain.
David Stoudamire returns, so the team for the Blazers is Smith, Stoudamire, Pippen, Schrempf, and Rasheed Wallace as Baker misfires, and Arvydas Sabonis will make his return as Detlef has picked up his second foul. Team fouls are even at 4 apiece with 3:34 to go in the second quarter.
places you can go now. They're going to double down on Sabonis whenever they get close to him. And now you've got to look back in the middle of the receive, have Patterson on his back, Patterson.
Ruben Patterson, who started and scored 8 early, makes it a 3-point game.
Pressure, and Portland playing against the clock. Pippen.
5 to go on the clock. Scotty to the rim, missing indeed. Barry. Arvidas cleans it out. Not many rebounds to be had in this quarter because both teams finding the bottom.
Steve Smith wants this one against Rick Barry.
Payton came over to double. Steve the miss. Baker against Sabonis. Arvidas fouls Baker from behind. Timeout. 2:14 to go, second quarter. Sonics by 3. You and a friend like to visit 3 different cities in 3 days. The Blazers want to send you on a Rip City road trip adventure of a lifetime, sponsored by Miller Genuine Draft. Look for entry forms anywhere. MGD is sold. You must be 21 or older. This offer void where prohibited. Seattle, Steve, has already posted 32 points in this quarter. 2:14 to go.
That's been a different quarter. They shot 36% in the first quarter, and they tried to post up. They held the ball. They didn't do much running, and they've been driving the ball to the basket. Payton become very assertive at the offensive end, and they've been attacking Portland defensively, making them turn the ball over and getting into the open court. So they've had a sprint quarter, and they're back at the line with Ben Baker. Penalty situation. Baker has become a very poor and questionable free thrower coming off of last season where he really had a rough start. He misses the first.
Fans rebound located in the Rose Quarter Commons is the official orthopedist of the Blazers. Call 503-REBOUND for all your orthopedic needs. The foul by Sabonis was his first. And Baker 1 of 2. Four-point lead by Seattle, their largest. The Blazers have led by as many as 10. Rasheed against Horace Grant. Rasheed powering it down.
Well, Wallace continues to shoot at a high percentage, 5 of 7 tonight, and a quick move into the middle before the defense can react.
Check by Damon. Barry wide open from 3. It's one of those nights, Steve, where if Seattle is shooting a poor percentage from outside, this is a blowout for Portland. But right now at 57% from downtown, Seattle up 5.
Portland has to stay with their attack in the middle. Wallace catches this one and draws a foul against Barry.
Brent Barry with his first foul of the night.
Big men congratulating each other. Wallace had been begging, get the ball to the other side. Sabonis said, I understand how you feel. Let me drop it into you. And Wallace will go back to the free throw line. They cannot handle Wallace down in the post, nor Sabonis. And if Portland's going to get these guys under control, they're going to have to go through both of these big people. Not only the rest of this quarter, but much of the third. Wallace gets the first free throw.
The former Tar Heel, 16 times he's been 20 points or better. And what is shaping up is a high-scoring affair. Blazers may need 20-plus from Rasheed. And they get 2 free throws there. And a number of Blazer fans, as we mentioned earlier, have made the trip. And they're proudly wearing the scarlet and black. Blazers much better percentage at the foul line as Payton is tripped by Sabonis.
You know, it's tough enough when you're a physical player and you're playing inside, but then to pick up the cheap ones out on the perimeter for a big guy like Sabonis will hurt you even more, but trying to reach in knocks Payton off balance.
Gary Payton trying to make his way into your living room, but Arvidas thwarting that attempt. Payton a touch under 75% from the stripe. Horace Grant sits down. Greg Foster returns to the Seattle lineup. Payton splits the pair as we play the final 65 seconds of the first half. Steve Smith. Rashid asking for it in the post. Scotty will send a three. Patterson the rebound. Payton the push. Likes to set up on the left side. Baker doubled by Arvidas. Clock's at 7. Foster from the corner. That is not the shot that Seattle wants. The way Payton is going, Greg Foster's the last guy that should be shooting it. Field goal percentage even at 54, but the difference is the fact that Seattle is cooking at 57% from downtown. 6 difference between the two clocks. Davis to make it a 2-point ball game. Paul Westphal and the Sonics will call a 20-second timeout, coming with 13.1 to go here in the first half. The shot clock is off. They want to make sure that they get a good shot. This 20-second timeout brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Blazer fans making the trip up and making their presence felt.
Damon Stoudamire hasn't had much of a chance to get into this one, and certainly he's got to be more aggressive in looking for scoring chances because they're in a firefight right now with the backcourt of the Sonics. Barry, Payton, Maxwell have had big second quarter efforts for Seattle to get them the lead. Payton is talking the whole time.
Well, the Blazers, as soon as the Sonics hit the floor, wanted to make sure that they get a good defensive effort up here. So, once again, Jiffy Lube brings you this 20-second timeout as the Sonics lead at 56-54. Blazers at 49-16. They are an impressive 21-9 against teams with winning records, and as we mentioned, a 24-10, second-best road record in the NBA. And they have had the ability throughout the season to tune out the enemy crowd to withstand these runs and mount one of their own.
Well, you know what Payton is going to do right here? He's going to try to draw a double team and hit somebody open. So what you got, he's either going to try to score quickly, or he's going to wait for the double team to come to him, and then he's going to hit Maxwell or Berry with Ruben Patterson and Rashard Lewis trying to crash the board.
Schrempf and Wells into the Blazers lineup. Payton and Pippen. Schrempf jumps out on Payton. Top shot, Gary Payton with 4.7.
There's a quick score.
See if the Blazers can respond. David quickly to front court. Offensive foul. Gary Payton took the charge. So 1 second to go. Seattle up 4. Chance for a quick shot. Greg Anthony going to come in for the Blazers. And Damon Stoudamire will sit out the final second. That play goes nowhere. Blazers led it by 7 after after one quarter, but the Sonics with a big second quarter lead it 58-54. Halftime is next. By Toyota, making it happen every day. By Budweiser, the beer with a fresh, clean taste that's never filling. And by the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home. Sonics lead the Blazers 58-54 on the strength of a strong second quarter. Right now, let's check out the Mercata Power Buy. Log on to www.mercata.com for tonight's Mercata Power Buy of the game. Go to the Power Buy Center and you'll find the Makita 9.6-volt 3/8-inch cordless drill with a high-performance motor. The current price is $112.86 and dropping. That price is $135.14 below the retail price. Mercata has thousands of items in a variety of categories, all available at www.mercata.com, where the more Blazers fans buy, the lower the price. Halftime from Key Arena. It's time now for us to go behind the scenes. Brought to you by 800.com. And Shots takes you behind the scenes with Scottie Pippen and his dog, Odom.
This is Scottie Pippen on the job. Magnificent under the spotlight, intensely private behind the scenes. But even Pip couldn't turn down an offer to showcase his best buddy.
Where my dog's at? Be right here, dog. Where my dog's at?
This is Odom, Scottie's 3-year-old Rottweiler. Got him from a family in Germany while visiting the country on a Nike trip.
He was like a year and a half. Sit, Odom. He was like a year and a half when I got him. So stay. So he was pretty much. He was trained in the German language, so I had to.
Well, so Detlef helped you with that.
A little bit. Odom plots.
You were saying you grew up with dogs. What made you go Rottweiler?
Actually, I had a teammate, Sadell Threet, that played with me in Chicago, and he had one, and I kind of got attached to his. He had a big one, pretty good size one, much bigger than mine, but I got attached to his, and I found the liking for him.
Pip's wife and brother help take care of Odom when the team is on the road. Otherwise, Scottie is the master most of the time.
Odom.
Do you let your dog sleep with you?
No.
Do you let your dog on the couch?
Yes and no. No, I don't let him on it, but yes, he jumps on it anyway.
So in other words, he gets up on the couch.
Yeah.
All right. Do you give Odom people food?
Yes. He knows every day when I got a game that he comes sit at the floor in the kitchen table and he's going to get some red meat.
Last but not least, do you ever kiss him on the nose or hug him?
Yes, all the time.
You see, Odom is just so darn lovable. Of course, Damon isn't buying it. Scottie has a good grip in case the teasing hits a nerve.
Come on now, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now, huh?
Hey, you want a piece of me?
Easy, Odom. Remember, Dad's got your back.
And Scottie plays with the intensity of a Rottweiler right now. He's going to need a little bit more of that. The Blazers trail the Sonics 58-54 at the break. Fans, the Spirit Mountain pick of the game did not come true tonight. At the end of the first half, the Blazers have 2 3-pointers compared to 4 by Seattle. Don't worry, though. W.L. Henry Elementary still has a chance to receive assistance with their smart reading program. Watch our next broadcast for the Spirit Mountain pick of the game. When we come back, first half highlights from Key Arena. Sonics lead the Blazers by 4.
The competition for food is violent and dangerous for young adults and cubs alike. The feast is a frenetic free-for-all, and the dominant male...
Chill out, tough guy. It's all me. It's all me.
Case closed.
Oh, no.
It's good to have you home, sweetie.
Fly coast to coast for $99 or less when you purchase tickets by March 22nd. On sale only at www.southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
Sunday at a special time, 8:30, 7:30 Central.
There are over 40 dead.
NBC proudly presents Academy Award winner Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer.
Let us prepare for battle.
Brought together to unravel one of the great mysteries of the wild.
Oh, my God. These lions are not like lions.
The Oscar-winning network premiere.
Go back! Go back! Shoot him!
How can you control your fear?
The Ghost and the Darkness. NBC Sunday at a special early time, 8:30, 7:30 Central.
like beautiful memories lie forgotten in a drawer. When it's so easy to drop your film off at Fred Meyer. And they use Kodak Premium Processing, so you know your photos will turn out every bit as vivid as your memories. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Sky Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Get in and see everything that's new and different. The best time to get the Toyota you want has never been clearer. Your new beginning is here. The Blue Sky Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
At Key Arena, the Seattle Supersonics lead the Portland Trail Blazers. It's 58-54. Our Aflac trivia question: name the Sonic who set an NBA record by playing 69 minutes in a single game. Think about that one. We'll get back to you a little bit later on in the halftime.
Was it A.C. Gilbert?
No, it wasn't A.C. Gilbert. This had nothing to do with pole vaulting, all right? First half highlights. Against Minnesota, the Blazers bench didn't perform as well as they would like to. In tonight's game, Bonzi Wells has taken it to heart, and he's been strong.
Well, Bonzi Wells has been very active and open down in the middle. He's a tough guy to handle when he's in close to the bucket anyway. Portland's been able to find him in there. He hasn't had to do this very often, pop from the outside, but against some good pressure, Bonzi Wells delivered. But he's been very, very aggressive. Whenever the double team has come about, he's been there to bail him out. He's been able to score. Big first half for Bonzi Wells. What they've got to do for Bonzi, keep him out of foul trouble.
Bonzi picked up a couple early. Arvydas Sabonis, scoring, passing, he's done it all.
Well, Arvydas Sabonis got a great start, and I think that whenever he thinks about doing this, which is scoring the basketball, that's going to make the passing and everything else much easier and better for him. But he's got size, and when he's looking to wheel and wheel quickly, there's nothing that Ben Baker or the rest of the Sonics can do against him. And if the Trailblazers continue to cut, move themselves, he's going to find them. They're going to be right at the basket.
As you see the shot chart for Arvydas, a lot of them in deep. For Gary Payton, he has been all over the floor. After a very quiet first quarter, he exploded in the second.
Well, something got Payton fired up, and when Payton gets fired up, then he usually tries to really attack his opponent, and he came back attacking Scottie Pippen and talking to Pippen the entire time about, you know, if you are a great defender, you can't guard me. And it was that kind of quarter for him as he led the charge as they came back, and it was Payton and Barry and Maxwell that led him in that quarter. A tough second quarter against the defense of Scottie Pippen. You see his shot chart, misses early, but he was really aggressive, and you got to hope that he doesn't look to score in the third like he did in the second.
The guy who's a little bit of an X factor for Seattle is Brent Barry. He had a good first half as well.
You know, Brent Barry has some very good offensive ability. It's a question of whether he's going to shoot the ball, and he came out tonight being aggressive. You know, he shoots kind of a set shot over his opponent because of his size, but he also runs the floor well. Used to be the slam dunk champion. Doesn't look to go to the rim with the same kind of authority, but against the double team, he's going to make you pay if you leave him wide open. He has yet to miss a three-point field goal tonight.
All right, 58-54, the Sonics lead the Blazers. Halftime will continue from Key Arena on the other side of this break.
The tires are here at Les Schwab Tire Centers everywhere, celebrating the West's largest tire sale, the Spring Tire Sale. In passenger and performance tires, the 800 Ultra, Spectrum, Grand Am, Proxys FC4, the all-new ZE 326. For pickups and SUVs, Wild Country, Wildcat, Trailcat, the new SXT. All this and more on sale. Custom wheels, exciting new styles. Happening now at Les Schwab, the West's largest tire sale.
I can tell by looking whether a vehicle's been driven hard or not. This guy's one of my regular customers. Scorched brake rotors, beat up oil pan, probably never takes his foot off the gas. He trusts me to make sure it performs, and I trust CarQuest Auto Parts. I mean, you never know. Someday you might need to give me a ride.
CarQuest for AC Delco rapid fire spark plugs. Older cars cars' engines can run rougher. Bring back that new car feel with AC Delco rapid-fire spark plugs. CarQuest, a professional choice.
Introducing the fastest way for business owners to turn checks into cash. The new TeleCheck electronic check acceptance service converts paper checks into electronic funds that go straight to your account, improving cash flow. No return checks, deposit fees, warranty claims, or hassles. With electronic check acceptance, once the check has been approved, it's TeleCheck's responsibility. It's the new digital process that gives retailers the quickest access to funds. TeleCheck, straight to your bottom line.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Fred Meyer. What's on your list today? You'll find it at Fred Meyer. By Let's Swap Tire Centers. If we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it. By the AT&T Family Plan. Talk all you want. Your family, AT&T Wireless Services. And by 76. We're proud sponsors of the Portland Trail Blazers. Now this from your local stations.
When you need to know. When you need it right now. As it's happening. KGW.com. News, traffic, and weather live with a click of your mouse. KGW.com right now.
Oregon has always captivated people with its beauty and diversity. From the lush valleys to the highest mountains, Oregonians have a deep sense of pride in this place we call home. Over the next year, News Channel 8 will bring you Beautiful Oregon, a series of reports on issues that are important to Oregonians. Issues that will inspire you to make things as beautiful as they can be.
Beautiful Oregon from PGE and News Channel 8, where the news comes first. For the best Blazer highlights, insights, and interviews, watch Blazer Fast Break. Game nights at 11, only on Northwest News Channel 8, your Blazer station. Sponsored by GM.
With Steve Jones, I'm Pete Pranica. Blazers down 4 at the break. Let's take a look at the numbers.
Well, the numbers are very revealing. It's been a torchy first half as both teams are shooting the ball identical percentage. The Sonics went crazy in the second quarter, shot 71% to tie the Trailblazers. Both got 40 shots up, making 22. Offensive rebounds, almost even. Portland with the slight edge in that category. Normally, when we come to this category, Portland has an advantage defensive rebound, but it's Ruben Patterson leading the way for the Sonics, and the Sonics have gotten a couple more than Portland. Free throws. Portland, led by Rasheed Wallace, 4 of 5, 80%. That's what he's shooting. And the Trailblazers have an advantage at the free throw line, but Portland has turned the ball over more times. That's turned the Sonics loose, so Portland's got to tighten up in that category. Portland with a few more assists.
Quick look at our top performers. Rasheed with 14 to lead the Blazers. Bonzi Wells with a dozen off the bench. Arvidas with 6 and 5 rebounds. Gary Payton with 16, all of those coming in the second quarter, and 7 assists. Brent Berry with a dozen, and Ruben Patterson with 10 and 8 rebounds. Let's check scores around the league, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Our NBA scoreboard looks like this. In overtime, New Jersey 2 better than the Bucks. Indiana pounding lumps on Charlotte 113-99. Washington over Chicago 101-88 at MCI Center. Miami 2 better than Cleveland at the gun 92-90. Boston over Dallas 104-99. San Antonio big winners over Denver. Second quarter, look at this. Clippers up 40-19 over the Kings. Let's check out the answer to tonight's Aflac trivia question. The Sonic who set an NBA record by playing 69 minutes in a single game, this guy could shoot threes as well. Dale Ellis. Second half on the way. Steve, what's the psychology of the Blazers having a team shoot 71% against you in a single quarter? I mean, what's running through your mind?
You forget about the quarter, and you know you've got to answer this team. Right now they've got hot, they've got a glow on, and you've got to get one back yourself. I mean, you're shooting 55% and you're down by 4. That means it's going to take some made baskets to get the job done, and then you're going to have to play if the game remains tight for that critical stop somewhere in the fourth quarter of play. But Portland needs to remember how they scored, and when they hurt the Sonics, they hurt them whenever they double team. They got the ball, either Wells Wallace or Sabonis right at the rim, they scored easily. Don't spend a lot of time throwing them up from the outside when you don't have to.
Want to suggest a name for the Blazers bench or give us some feedback on our telecasts? Email us, tv@ripcity.com. Payton starts it off, feeding Vin Baker underneath, stymied by Sabonis, and it'll be a jump ball.
Well, Baker wasn't ready to handle it, and that's the reason that the Trailblazers were able to get the block. Payton dancing his way in, squeezed it off, and if Baker had been ready to go, he had one side of the rim wide open, took it right to Sabonis for the jump ball.
Ron Elysiak will toss it. Brent Berry got the tip and deflected it over to Payton. So a fresh shot clock for Seattle, but Ruben Patterson shuffles the feet. Turn it over and give it to the Blazers.
Well, Patterson is a guy that likes to get close to the rim. He was wide open, could have fired that one and didn't, and then trying to drive the ball, picked both feet up.
Sabonis guarded by Baker. Rasheed's fadeaway too strong. Gary Payton picks up where he left off on the move against Damon. Rasheed with the double. Baker banging into Sabonis. No call. Seattle turns it over. Patterson had nowhere to go. Pippen dumping to Rasheed. Lost it out of bounds.
Good idea, good reads, and good patience. Wallace was right there, would have thrown that one down, couldn't control it. Series of miscues by both teams, and the score stays the same in the first 2 minutes of play.
Grant setting a screen for Payton. Scotty picks him up. Clock's at 6. Brent Berry shuffling it into the corner. Ruben Patterson with 3, knocked away, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
See, Payton and the Sonics have come out and elected to try to be cute when they were just aggressive and attacking. Portland was on their heels. Right now, Portland's able to control them. They're playing against the clock. Patterson had a deep 3. He doesn't like to shoot from outside.
3 turnovers in the first 90 seconds. 2 by Seattle. Steve Smith, his leaner. Arvidas tipping it to an open area. But Payton is there to pick it up. Berry. Oh, and a hand check foul against Steve Smith. And that is his 3rd. And not a whole lot of contact on this one, but the call made.
Be clear. Be clear.
Scotty goes to the deck trying to check Payton. He jumps over on defense. Loose ball foul, Vin Baker.
Pushing Steve Smith. Whenever he gets boxed, he puts his hands on, and he normally gets caught. He's not happy. Westfall reacts, and he's saying, what's this?
Baker's 3rd, first Seattle foul here in the quarter. More than 2 minutes gone by, still looking for a bucket.
Well, after that sinking second quarter by both teams, they decided that maybe they don't want to shoot anymore. Steve Smith has that one knocked away.
4 on the shot clock. Steve wanted a foul call as Ruben Patterson yucks it up.
Patterson slapping that one out of Steve Smith's hands. Wow.
Quick release, and nothing but the bottom. Rasheed hit the deck. Baker. Baker running the floor. Payton making the delivery.
Now Mike Dunleavy telling Rasheed Wallace stay out with the officials. Wallace wanted the foul, didn't get it the last time. 8 on the clock.
Rasheed on the baseline. 3 on the clock. Scotty with a fake and a leaner. Got it. It beat the buzzer. 2-point game. 3 minutes gone by. 3rd quarter. Payton jacks up a long one. Rasheed tears down the rebound. Blazers looking at tie. Or take the lead with a long one. Pippen. Against Berry. Baker on the double. Showtime. Ruben Patterson.
Patterson is a center fielder. Anytime they trap, he's going to be looking to step into the passing lane. They lob that one up. Sabonis didn't come to it. The crowd is alive here at the key.
Seattle pitching a shutout on the fast break. 10-0. Scouting down the boulevard. Brent Berry, of all people, blocks it. Payton. 6-point lead for Seattle. Its largest. Timeout, Portland. 8:06 to go, third quarter. Seattle increases their halftime lead by 2 at 64-58.
Wanna find a number out of town? GTE has got it down. 411, 411. Whether Tampa Bay or East LA or all across the USA. 411, 411. Don't need no area codes to search from coast to coast. 411, 411, 411. GTE National Directory Assistance. Find anyone, anywhere. Show me the sign of love. Show me the sign of love. Show me the sign. Show me the sign of love. Show me the sign of
Sometimes finding the right person for the right job is a matter of destiny. Alaska Airlines, for the same price, you just get more.
When you put your name on the line, it means something. That's what Jiffy Lube Signature Service is all about. We put our name on the line every single day. It's our guarantee we did the job right. Jiffy Lube Signature Service. More than an oil change.
Visit one of the 41 Greater Portland area Jiffy Lubes today.
Fans, let's check that 800.com Oregon Sports Quiz question. What year did the Portland Winterhawks win their second Memorial Cup? Was it 98, 88, 97, or 1994? Well, Rhonda Gerber of Beaverton, Oregon knew that it was 1998, so she wins a Lyra Portable Personal digital player, the best music in real audio and MP3, thanks to our friends at 800.com.
Ruben Patterson has become a thorn in the side of the Trailblazers just by moving without the basketball. If he gets anywhere close to the rim, he's coming down over the top, and that's the way that he has played throughout this ball game. And whenever he's been able to step in the passing lane, the thief and the hammer.
Damon beating Arvidas and Brent Berry on him. Damon against Berry now with 7 on the shot clock. Damon in deep. His high shot does not fall, but Berry picks up the foul.
In a scrambling defense, the best way to beat him is to attack, and that's what Damon Stoudamire does against Brent Berry. The little pop at the end, and Damon wisely throws it in the air. He'll have a pair of free throws.
Damon perfect in his only attempt for the line. In fact, Damon rates 17th in the NBA in free throw shooting. And a pair for Damon. Grant setting the screen. Pippen fights through. And an offensive foul called by Rodney Mott against Gary Payton.
Now watch the off arm as Payton wheels right here, and then the push off. He thought he had that move, but they say no, Pippen gets a break.
Well, when there was that separation, there had to be a reason for it, and it was a Payton forearm. Arvidas looking to wheel and deal. Now go against Baker. Oh, and a jarring pick from Horace Grant, and Steve Smith is hurt. Brent Berry firing up a three. Arvidas tapping the rebound. Rasheed grabs it. Steve Smith still down on the ground as Horace Grant leveled him. And now Rasheed Wallace is drawn with the officials, and here's why.
Well, you know, the responsibility of that play goes to the big man that's guarding Horace Grant. He has to tell him that that screen is there. There wasn't a word said. Steve Smith is watching his man, runs right into that screen, took a shot.
Jay Jensen, the Blazers trainer, out there looking to...
And see, nobody is talking to Steve Smith right there, and he runs right into the screen. It's a legal screen, and it's the responsibility of whoever is being the guy that's guarding Horace Grant to tell him screen, 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 nothing said, and that's what happens to guards a lot of times. Rasheed Wallace picks up a technical out of that.
He went over to Bob Delaney and started arguing immediately once the Blazers called that timeout.
Well, this is a game in which Wallace has got to stay tight. They need him in this ball game. There's a lot of time left to play. It was a legal screen. I mean, coming out of it and they're saying, yeah, no, everything is okay, but you got to know that. And, you know, you can't let your emotions get away from you. You may need every one of these points to win the game. Barry at the line.
Barry, his third make from the stripe and as many tries. Jay Jensen checking the vision of Steve Smith, who got his bell rung big time. Horace Grant is a big fella at 245 at 6'10".
That's a play that guards hate because they're moving in that position and they don't really have a chance to get their arms out and protect themselves. And they get hit like that, and it's just a shock. You went down like a shot.
Both Horace Grant and Gary Payton went over to make sure that Steve wasn't hurt, and Arvydas Sabonis is going to get called for a moving screen. And a delay of game warning against the Blazers. Payton working the baseline. Horace Grant fumbles it away. It's out of bounds to Portland. Bonzi Wells into the ball game. Of course, as Steve sits down. Bonzi striking again.
Yeah, Ruben Patterson willing to give him some room, so Bonzi Wells steps up and knocks it down. But what the Sonics are doing right now is making Portland play on the perimeter. Sonics trying to get inside. Horace Grant over the top short.
Scottie Pippen the rebound. Bonzi running the floor. Barry's there. No foul called. Mike Dunleavy not happy. Patterson finding Barry. Barry thought about his three. Instead goes to Baker. Baker did not challenge Sabonis.
They got to get it in the air. 6 on the clock for Baker.
And that leaves Ruben Patterson to crank up a three. Ruben Patterson is not a bad shooter from downtown. 45.5. He's done it with dunks, and now he's done it from downtown. Arvydas. Damon. Patterson checked by Wells. Scottie gets screened, but then fights back. Barry too long with his three. Damon on a push. Bonzi scoring! And one. Brent Barry the foul.
That's the way to hurt an opponent after they shoot that quick deep three. Push it quickly the other way. The energy and the legs of Bonzi Wells carrying Portland on that play. Brent Barry not happy with the foul. 3-point chance for Bonzi Wells.
Barry picks up his third foul, and Bonzi completes the three-point play. Blazers within 3. Blazers, the better percentage, but all even with makes from the foul line. Patterson taking off from the baseline, blew the easy one. Here come the Blazers down 3, and Scottie Pippen steps on the sideline.
Barry out, Rashard Lewis in on the turnover.
Lewis giving up to Horace Grant. Patterson, Sky, look at Rasheed, block it and take it down. Patterson wants a goaltend and does not get that call, nor should he have. Fonzie going glass, Arvidas, hack, whack, and a loose ball foul called on Ruben Patterson. Paul Westphal not quite believing what he's seeing.
This is a quick leap by Ruben Patterson. He thinks he's going to get this one down. Wallace came very quickly, slapped it as it came out of his hands and knocked it to the rim. A good goal, a good saving attempt by Rasheed Wallace. That one never got up.
Hey, let's play the game.
If there's any argument that Patterson would have for a goaltend, it's because Rasheed slapped the net, but the ball had no chance of going in.
One of the fans threatening to get ejected right here as the official goes over and tells him, you're not hearing any more of that, and you're out of here.
Be quiet here, are we?
Blazers get a fresh 24, down 3. Rasheed exploding to the basket and fouled by Horace Grant.
Quick first step by Wallace, and I think he should do more of this. He puts the defense on their heels. He wanted, he thought that one was going to go in because he had a scowl on his face like, I can't believe I missed that one, but he'll go to the line. Having a good night from the line.
Blazers with an opportunity to make hay at the foul line. Portland with one team foul in the quarter. Sonics over the limit. Dunleavy and the Blazers have been in this position before, and you don't get the second-best road record in the league by wilting under pressure. Steve Smith ran into Horace Grant, full tilt, watches. Sheed, good with a pair. 1-point ball game, 4:14 to go in the third quarter.
Payton has been out of this quarter after scoring in, only had one hoop and looking to try to create something for the Sonics. Lewis deep.
His 3 ball is off. Arvidas kept it live for Damon. Blazers looking for the lead. Fonzie to the rim and in. Blazers lead. Paul Westphal calls timeout. Fonzie blowing up with 19. Blazer lead is 1. 3:51 to go in the third.
Every day. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
Can Sprite make you a more extreme mountain biker? Not if you don't stay on your bike. All Sprite does is quench your thirst.
Maybe those sharp, pointy rocks will stop him.
Oh!
Nope.
The home team is committed. Committed to getting into the playoffs. Committed to getting families into homes. Along with neighborhood revitalization efforts, the home team is breaking down the barriers to home ownership, sponsoring home buying fairs, and providing free information. The Trailblazers and the Fannie Mae Foundation,
Portland's home team.
Let's check out the Mercado Power Play of the game, brought to you by Mercado. Where the more Blazers fans buy, the lower the price. It's www.mercado.com. Bonzi to the rim. 19 on the night to lead the Blazers and give Portland a 1-point lead. Bonzi missed the first game between these two teams with a sprained knee and had 14 points in the second meeting. He's eclipsed that already. Portland has scored the last 7 to grab the lead, and an offensive foul, Seattle.
Gary Payton.
Payton, his second.
Well, the talk that Mr. Payton is quiet right now, but the Trailblazers have had the 7-0 run, and the strength of it has come on pushing the ball. Whenever the Sonics have shot the ball quickly from the outside, they've rebounded and they've attacked.
Sabonis looking to wheel and deal. Bonzi fumbles it away. Rashard Lewis comes up with it. Turnovers now even in the third at 5 aside. Clock's at 8. Rashid pulls it out of there against Ruben Patterson. Blazers rebounding edge in the corner. Clock's at 10. Scotty. Blazers there for the offensive rebound. Bonzi, good again. Oh, baby Bonzi. And whistle, Damon, a hand check.
Bonzi Wells comes in the ball game, 9 quick points, and the Trailblazers go up by 3. That's that firepower I tell you about, Pete. You can't win if you can't score. He's scoring big right now for the Trailblazers.
Got to play a little defense as well, in addition to the scoring. That won't count, but a Blazer foul. Damon.
Got to come back.
I'm just saying it's not all about scoring and it's not all about defense, but a happy medium somewhere in between. Bonzi Wells was the first Blazers player to score 20 points. Chad Butler selected Rasheed Wallace as the first to 20. Chad, we thank you for playing. It's Bonzi, not Rasheed. It's the first to 20. Ruben Patterson sits down. Vernon Maxwell returns. And it was a horse race to make it to 20 as Rasheed has 18. Bonzi now with 21. Baker setting the screen for Payton. Shot clock's at 8. Maxwell. Missing from downtown. Arvidas the rebound. Blazers looking to push. Oh my goodness! Damon, the special delivery, and Bonzi with emphasis.
Quick recognition by Portland after the miss. The Sonics have decided to go back to their outside game, and it has hurt them. Maxwell looking for another 3.
You can't keep Mad Max down. He was shooting 17.6 over the last 3 games coming into this one, but he's got 10 with that triple. Arvidas. Foul by Rashard Lewis. Blazers on an 11-3 run. Arvidas Sabonis with a chance to add to it from the free throw line.
Coming across, and Rashard Lewis thought he was on top of the ball, but the call goes against him. All of the calls in the quarter have had the Sonics looking in the direction of the official disagreeing. And when that happens, you see what happens to a team. They get sideways, and suddenly they don't control the quarter. They had control of the quarter early, lost it, and since this Steve Smith collision, Bonzi Wells and the Trailblazers have been on a roll.
Seattle was up 4 at the break. Right now, the Blazers are up 4, so an 8-point turnaround. With a .32 to go in the third quarter. Payton breaking up a 3, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Seattle ball as Rasheed and Vin Baker jostled for it.
Sonics were 4 for 7 at the break, shooting the 3-pointer. they have been fortunate to get the desperate three from Ruben Patterson against the clock, and the last one that Maxwell had taken earlier.
Here's Payton, a quick release, and Bonzi gets up for a goaltend. Payton wants a foul, and I'm not even sure that was a goaltend.
Bonzi Wells on the blocks. So it has been a Bonzi Wells show here in the third quarter of play at both ends of the floor. But they give Gary Payton a goaltend on it.
Richard Lewis checking Scotty. Shot clock at 10. Arvidas wheeling and dealing to Pippen. Scotty leaning over Richard. Lewis misses the shot. Baker comes up with a loose ball.
Pippen has not been able to buy a break from the officials. He got Lewis up but couldn't get the call as Lewis came into him.
Payton eyeballing against Pippen. Horace Grant. All even at 75. Plus making a lot of noise inside the keys. Damon on move against Payton in the middle. Scotty on the pitch out. It's a three. Rasheed there. Offensive rebound. Sticking it back up and in. Blazers to a 2-point lead. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. As Rasheed moves to 20 points on the night. Grant with 3 on the clock. Sabonis and Rasheed both going for the rebound. Blazers have the basketball and a 2-point lead heading to the fourth quarter. Blazers 77, Sonics 75. Tonight's game is brought to you by GTE, proud sponsors of the Portland Trail Blazers. By your local Toyota dealer, we're leading the way to quality and value every day. And by Franz and Williams Bakeries, a family of good breads. Steve Smith was jostled earlier by the Horace Grant pick. Bonzi Wells has been so hot. Steve is available to play, but Bonzi will come out and start the fourth quarter along with Arvidas, Sabonis, Damon Stoudamire, Detlef Schrempf, and Steve Smith is out there as well, I beg your pardon. And Seattle held to 17 in the quarter while the Blazers posted 23, and the shooting percentage is down for both teams, which is 32% from Seattle, 42 from the Blazers.
Two guys that are turned away. They come back to Bonzi. A quick shot that one and was looking for a call, but Wallace at 7 of 10 for the ball game. Bonzi Wells before that was 11 of 16. They both on plus 20.
Payton doubled Greg Foster into the ball game to start the fourth. 5 on the clock. Foster's fade away, well short. Damon on a run out. The stop, the pop, and no basket and a loose ball foul called by Bob Delaney. And it's going to be on Vernon Maxwell. Richard Lewis returns to the Seattle lineup. Maxwell with his second. Greg Foster got the quick hook, Steve.
I'm not sure Westfall liked the lineup to begin with and wanted to make a quick adjustment, get Richard Lewis back in there to deal with some of the things that Portland's throwing at him.
Damon looking for an opening. Lewis is on him, so trying to find a mismatch. Damon testing the middle. Bonzi on the move. Gary Payton, the rebound. Brett Berry back in the ball game. Richard Lewis.
See, the Sonics have a smaller team out there, and I think they want to try to put some more pressure on. That leaves Greg Foster out of that situation as they look down to Sabonis.
Against Horace Grant, 9 on the clock. Arvidas swinging the hook.
Only the 5th shot that he's taken, 4 out of 5 for Sabonis.
He's been averaging 10 points against Seattle this season, and that's what he's got now, 10. Payton exploring the middle. Lewis to the baseline, loses it to Monzi. David. Yes, sir. David Stoudamire puts the Blazers up 4. He's got 9. Greg Anthony went to the scores table, and as soon as Damon hit the shot, Mike Dunleavy hit the recall button.
Well, what Damon is doing is giving the Trailblazers that quick early scoring opportunity. The quick push is making all the difference.
Horace Grant stays with it, scores it, draws the foul. He'll shoot one when we come back. Blazers by 4.
If you've wasted enough time waiting in line, choose instant travel so you can go when you want to. Alaska Airlines, for the same price, you just get more.
Hey, how'd it go at the bank? Jim, the car loan. Did we get it?
How about a home equity loan?
At Bank of America, we get to know you.
Jim, honey, what's this?
We ask questions.
Car?
Right. So why not a car loan? Well, are they all out of car loans?
Then we find financial solutions that fit you.
Actually, we have plenty of equity in the house, and we could get this thing called a tax break. I mean, where is the trust?
Bank of America. Let's talk.
Good evening, folks.
Hold the door, hold the door. Hey, hold that elevator. Hold it. One more. Whoa. Hey, open the door. Somebody get that, please. People, somebody press the button. Frank, come on, I can see you in there. Please open the door. Hey. Now, come on, we're reasonable people here. Hey, look. Oh, that's my Bud Light.
Hit it, Frank.
Whoa.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I can't shake them.
Is this going on?
Make it a Bud Light.
Time now for the Taco Bell Slam of the Game, brought to you by Taco Bell, the home of the chalupa, and it's Bonzi Wells doing the honors on the feed from Damon Stoudamire. The Ball State alum showing some hops. And you're seeing it from every angle. Thank you, producer Patricia Lowry, executive producer director George Wash, the dean of NBA directors, George Wash. Bonzi a dozen in the first half, no let up in the third quarter.
Sonics have had one of those real strange nights offensively. 36% in the first, 71 in the second, 26% in the third. Grant with the three-point play.
What had been a 4-point ball game, now a 1-point ball game with the 3-point play. Greg Anthony is in for the Blazers. He was big time from downtown the last time the Blazers were at the key. Sabonis wheeling, dealing, and coming up short with a hook. Wanting a foul call, but not getting it. Sonics now looking for the lead. Maxwell. Arvidas pulls off the rebound.
That's the shot that gets them in more trouble than anything else, and they still won't back off of it, and that allows Portland to keep driving the ball. Detlef Schrempf misses Sabonis with the foul.
Sabonis hanging around the rim as Schrempf found an avenue. And Arvidas helping the Blazers to a 6-point edge in the paint and a 3-point edge overall. Maxwell gets by Fonzie, but Fonzie takes it away. And Maxwell wants it back. Greg Anthony relays the play call from Mike Dunleavy. 3-point Blazer lead. Shot clock's at 7. And a travel against Steve Smith.
Steve Smith not believing that he shuffled the feet, but it's a turnover.
Rasheed Wallace about ready to check in. Horace Grant. Steve Smith. Looking to work against Maxwell. Blazers clear that side for him. Steve, whack. No call. Offensive rebound, stripped. And he's incredulous right now. Payton feeding Rashard Lewis. Bumps into Detlef Schrempf. And Detlef will pick up the foul. Steve Smith is hot with Rodney Mott right now. And take another look as he gets belted pretty good.
Smith on the drive, he lost control of his feet, and that's why he missed his shot, and he never really got control of this one. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Sabonis out of the ball game, Wallace in. And Baker back in the ball game.
Maxwell against Bonzi Wells. Wants Payton in the post against Greg Anthony. Rasheed on the double. Clock's at 9. Payton pulling through the middle. Tough shot, Gary Payton.
They had him under control and they let him turn the corner. All they had to do was just step up and close off the middle. 1-point game. The matchup that they're having the most trouble with right now is Bonzi Wells. They don't have anyone that can deal with the physical attitude of Bonzi. Barry pokes that one away.
And Rashard Lewis gives Seattle the lead. Bonzi Wells ends up in the front row. Rashard Lewis.
That was a big effort by Bonzi to try to get back and block that shot. Lewis, pretty good control eventually. Crowd. Offensive foul, Bob Delaney.
And Rasheed is called for the foul. Bob Delaney makes the call. Seattle the lead by 1. 6:46 to go.
Okay, people, we got work to do. It's time to boogie.
5, 7, 6, 8. We take our job as NBA dance consultants very seriously.
I need more. Like this. You have to feel the music. River dance.
I used to be able to do this.
Nice. I like it.
Woo! Get it up now, get it up!
Are you guys sure about this?
Absolutely.
With AT&T Digital One Rate, this is no ordinary phone. It's my you can reach me in Austin, then Denver, then Philly phone. My hey, let me pick up the kids today phone. My I'm working from home today phone. My hey honey, Michael made black belt phone.
The world of wireless has changed. AT&T Digital One Rate. No roaming or long distance charges across 50 states. And now you can have AT&T Digital One Rate starting at $59.99 a month.
And now for your Brands Blazers trading card lineup. Starting now, look for the official trading cards of all your favorite Blazers players.
Your Portland Trail Blazers.
Each week, find a different Blazer card inside specially marked packages of Franz and Williams Big White Bread, Franz and Williams Cracked Wheat Bread, and specially marked packages of Archway cookies. Collect all 8 cards before they're gone. Cards available while supplies last.
Rasheed Wallace with a little defense and some scoring.
The Trailblazers are going to need Rasheed Wallace in the final 6:46. He has been virtually unstoppable tonight, and he's played very well at both ends of the floor. The game is amped up, and both benches are looking at the officials. Wallace is a guy that has to stay in check. As you see, the shot time for Wallace. 9 of 10, 9 of 10, 7 of 10 tonight. Bonzi Wells picks up a technical, and he is talking with Mike Dunleavy right now. And, you know, what Portland's got to do is reel themselves in emotionally. They cannot let the officials or the lack of calls go in their direction, take them out of the ball game. Barry gets the technical.
So it'll be Seattle basketball. Anthony, Smith, Wallace, Schrempf, and Wells, the 5 for the Blazers. against Anthony. Fouled, and it's Rasheed. His fourth. Blazers 3-team fouls, one for Seattle here in the quarter.
On the reach. You know, he reached in, tried to help out Greg Anthony, and he gets nicked for that one.
Payton 1 for 2 from the stripe tonight, and that one well off the mark, and he knew it as soon as he let it go.
This is one area in which Payton has never been as good as he should be. For a guy that can play and make so many big field goals under pressure, when he goes to the line, he struggles, he misses them both. A sign for the future. Payton struggling at the line. If you have to foul him, they come to Wallace, they're going to get a foul. Brent Barry.
That's his fourth, as Rasheed was rolling to the hoop.
Good, quick interior pass. Barry tried to slap it away. And Wallace would say, I would rather have the hoop.
And Vernon Maxwell now with a foul. And very quickly, it's 3-team fouls aside.
Okay. Next time I get it.
Rasheed asking for it in the post. Clock's at 8. Baker's on him.
Two guys have been virtually unstoppable, Wells and Wallace. Wells, a deep three.
And Baker pulls off the miss. Bonzi had a good look, couldn't knock it down inside of 6 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Seattle field goal number that was big in the second quarter, down in the third. Looks like it's back on the uptick. Rashard Lewis. Lewis with 8. Greg Anthony had a notion about the 3. Steve Smith gets Maxwell flying. Brent Barry the rebound. Shot's not falling for the Blazers. Barry looking to push it. Gets it back. Rashard Lewis, 2 in a row.
That's the shot that Ruben Patterson won't consistently make. One of the reasons Rashard Lewis is in to try to finish the game. Rasheed Wallace quickly.
Off the glass, too hard. Steve Smith battling for the rebound. Hack. Brent Barry is 5th.
Well, Ron Oleziak is telling Rasheed Wallace, you're 2 seconds from being out of here. Wallace thought he got hit on that jump shot.
Scottie Pippen, Arvidas, Sabonis head to the scorers table. Ruben Patterson is going to come in. Brent Barry will sit down for Seattle. Steve Smith making his first trip to the line tonight. Bonzi sits down. Big game so far. Dallas Shrimp will also take a seat.
The game for both teams has been when they have been able to push the ball and score quickly. When they've had to play against defenses and shoot over the top, they've struggled. Portland's had their best success when they've passed the ball, gotten it down and deep on the post for a run on the break with Bonzi Wells. Steve Smith, both of the free throws.
Blazers outstanding from the line tonight. Late game free throws were a problem Thursday night against Minnesota.
8 on the clock for Ruben Patterson.
Top fadeaway shot. Lewis. Rashard Lewis. A shot of adrenaline here in the fourth for Seattle.
They got Sabonis, a mismatch against Rashard Lewis. Wallace.
Scottie Pippen offensive rebound, has to bail out because he was falling out of bounds. Smith against Patterson to the rim and in.
Now, there's plenty of time for Portland, and they don't want to panic and quick shoot the ball. You got just under 4 minutes to play. You're only down 4, so play within yourself. Don't get caught up in the emotion if the Sonics score that you have to come back and score on the next possession.
Payton testing the waters. Offensive foul, Seattle. Vin Baker.
Stoudamire back in the ball game. Anthony down.
Sonics, their 4th team foul. None to give with 3:38. Blazers will be shooting the penalty. Arvidas against Patterson. Now they get it to Arvidas.
Good patience that time. They had to switch the mismatch, and that's going to call Paul Westphal to call a timeout.
Timeout, Seattle Blazers within 2, 3:15 to go.
If you appreciate the little things that make life easier, you'll love the Instant Travel Machine. A great new gadget that gets you to your gate.
Come on, Sparky.
Without the wait. Only from Alaska Airlines.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Skies Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Hurry in now and get financing as low as 4.9 APR on the tough-as-nails, hard-working Tacoma, the ultimate compact truck. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a bright,
The Blue Skies Spring Event at your Toyota dealer. A garden lets you see the changing seasons. Lets you enjoy their seamless, timeless rhythm. The joy of gardening. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
It's time for tonight's Alaska Airlines nonstop score of the night, brought to you by Alaska Airlines, the only airline offering nonstops from Portland to all 3 Bay Area airports and 6 in Southern California. Tonight's nonstop score is Bonzi Wells, 23 big points tonight. Call Michael Thompson when you hear the prompt during the 5th quarter show. Following tonight's game with the name of our nonstop score for your chance to win tickets to an upcoming Blazers game or Alaska Airlines tickets as well. Bonzi Wells, the name you need to know. Tonight's Alaska Airlines nonstop score.
Well, both teams have gotten huge sparks from the bench. Bonzi Wells got Portland back on top. Then it was Rashard Lewis making 3 consecutive field goals to give Sonics a little bit of breathing room and a 2-point lead.
3 minutes to go. Baker against Wallace. Looking for Horace Grant on a step through. Knocked down Pippen. No call. Brent Berry 3. Ripped out. Baker knocks it out of bounds. Portland basketball.
Ben Barrett was sure that one was in. He had headed the other way. Sonics have a small team in. You've got to try to stay with the big guys inside. Try to find Sabonis or Rasheed Wallace. 13 on the clock. Payton knocks that one out of bounds.
Again, the Blazers 3 team fouls, the Sonics with 4, so you shoot. Arvidas, nice inbound from Scotty to Sabonis for the deuce. We're even at 91. Baker spinning by Wallace, offensive foul on the hooks. That call by Rodney Mott, not a popular one here at Key Arena. You get another look.
That's the right call as he spins, and he always brings that arm out, that left arm. So Wallace gets a break. His eyes went wide open as he thought, no, not another call. Back to Sabonis.
Against Baker, feeding Damon. Fake the three. Barry's all over him. Clock's at 5. Chavez. Steve Smith. Oh, I thought he was going to get the offensive rebound. Payton instead doesn't have numbers, but he'll step back and gun. Arvidas pulls it off. Inside of 2 minutes to go, all even at 91. Blazers looking for the lead.
Now they got Lewis against Wallace, and Wallace gets a big dunk.
Rashid from Chavez. Blazers back in front, 93-91. Blazers the edge of the paint. 90 seconds to go. Payton. 24 for Payton. Pippen wants it against Rashard Lewis, but Rashid has it instead. Damon with 9 on the clock gets a Wallace screen. Barry deflects the pitch out. 3 to shoot. Rashid. Yeah! Oh, baby Rashid. Inside of a minute to go. Payton quickly to the rim and over the top.
Timeout.
Timeout, Seattle. 51.3 to go. Rashid strikes from deep. Blazers by 2.
Phil Wick started changing tires for Les Schwab over 30 years ago. Today, he's president.
I always remember what Les taught me. Treat our customers like you treat your mom and dad.
We did it then, we do it now. You come in, we come running. Everything we do backed in writing with the Les Schwab warranty.
It all adds up to providing value for the money our customers spend.
Les Schwab, over 300 stores built on a one-store promise.
And like Les says, if we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it.
Wanna find a number out of town? GTE has got it down. 411, 411. Whether Tampa Bay or East LA or all across the USA. 411, 411. Don't need no area codes to search from coast to coast. 411, 411, 411. GTE National Directory Assistance. Find anyone, anywhere.
Can Sprite make you a more extreme mountain biker? Not if you don't stay on your bike. All Sprite does is quench your thirst.
Maybe those sharp pointy rocks will stop them.
Oh!
Nope.
Tonight's game has been brought to you in part by Sprite. Obey your thirst. Sprite. By Alaska Airlines. For the same price, you just get more. And by the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home. Rasheed Wallace trying to show the Blazers home to a win.
Well, the thing that Portland's been able to do is take advantage of the switches inside, and when they rotate the ball back to the top, Wallace has Lewis on his back, throws it down with some thunder. I mean, he's a little upset about the lack of calls anyway, and that one was a little emphatic just to let the officials know, and then came back with a bigger hoop against the clock to put Portland up by 1.
Seattle gets it with 14 to shoot. Payton against Pippen. Double. Vin Baker from outside. Oh! Rasheed was flying at Vin Baker, and he drilled it anyway. They are on their feet at the key. Clock's at 7. Vin Baker takes it away. Blocked by Pippen. Lewis gets it back. Fouled by Rasheed with 17 seconds to go.
is a huge save by Pippen, but unfortunately it comes right back to Rashard Lewis.
And Gary Payton and Vernon Maxwell talking with Steve Smith.
Well, Payton is trying to cool off Steve Smith. Maxwell, you know, is the kind of guy that can get under your skin, and certainly has gotten under Steve Smith.
No shortage of emotion.
And Paul Westphal comes out and gets Maxwell and said, look, get yourself together, get him out of the floor. They're trying to win the ball game. And Rashard Lewis will go to the line with a chance to put him ahead, but Rasheed Wallace made a terrific effort to try to make the save that Nick Lewis to go to the line. See how the second-year player handles the pressure.
It's Lewis's first trip to the line, and he gives Seattle the lead, 96-95. Rasheed is fifth. Damon is out. Bonziwell's back in. Lewis misses the second, and the Blazers call timeout with 16.6 to go. Blazers have a chance to win it. It's 96-95 to Seattle. Portland Parks and Recreation for each three-point field goal made by the Blazers tonight. The Blazers 2 triples for $100. The total donation from 76 to Portland Parks and Recreation, $5,700 for the season. That's how much time is left. It's a one-point game, so the Blazers have a chance to grab the lead as they are on their feet at the key.
Well, there's plenty of time, and what you want to do is give yourself 2 chances to tie or go ahead. The best thing to do is to drive the ball to the bucket or come inside to Sabonis or Wallace.
Wallace wants it. Horace Grant is all over him. Pippen holding with 10. Pippen to the baseline. Gary Payton fouled Scottie Pippen with 7.7 to go.
Watch the arm of Payton hook and hold as he tries to reach across to make the steal, and it gets called as Ruben Patterson goes up and says something to Scottie Pippen.
Payton is third. Scottie at the line tonight is 1 of 2.
Like Lewis, the first one was clean.
Even at 96. Pippen for the lead. Got it. Seattle will call timeout. 7.7 to go. Blazers by 1. You don't want to miss this. Come on back.
Solutions that fit you.
Actually, we have plenty of equity in the house, and we could get this thing called a tax break. I mean, where is the trust?
Bank of America. Let's talk.
7.7 to go as you see the Blazers a big edge at the foul line, 91%. Seattle under their already low seasonal average, 7.7. Steve, where does Seattle go?
Payton will have the ball in his hands. He is a guy that they will live and die with, and going to try to make a driving play, put the pressure on the officials, and react out of it. They have three-point shooters, Barry and Maxwell back in the ball game with Rashard Lewis and Baker crashing the boards, but they are in the same position Portland was. They've got to get the ball in quickly and then attack.
Then Baker gives it back to Payton on the move. Barry, 3 ball for the win. It's off the mark. Rebounded by the Blazers, and Portland has hung on for the win. It is all over in Seattle, and the Blazers pull out an exciting, pulsating, tremendous 97-96 win. For Steve Jones, our executive producer director George Wash, this is Pete Pranica. Good night from Seattle.